So today is stream number 4 of this one particular run, and last time we plowed through the jungle and the EC base. We actually acquired the end of everything, but I'm too scared to cast it, so we're gonna keep, powering ourselves up and picking up hearts and all that jazz. Picking up more perks, all that fun stuff. We're also going to continue into the, I don't know what it's actually called, but it's like the ice caves, or they're like the frozen caves, or whatever it's called. Basically the caves leading to the Forgotten. I've never fought the Forgotten, and I've heard he's a bit of a bastard, but I'm hoping that with the pretty good amount of health we have and the pretty good DPS that we have, it will be okay. We're gonna fight the Forgotten for sure. I think after that I will then delve into probably the let me think about this. Probably go through well, there's really nothing else in the jungle. Probably go through the vaults and maybe even the temple of the art, but not fight the final boss yet, because I want to fight the door boss, the gate boss, whatever it's called. And I also might do some more parallel world stuff, because I want to get some shields. We already have projectile repulsion field, but I would like at least one shield, or maybe phasing. Basically, I want some projectile resistant things, because I want to fight the Master of Masters, and that man scares me because he's all about them polymorph shots, and that worries me deeply. One polymorph is all it would take to just end it instantly. So I know there are cheese strats for the Master of Masters, but for a lot of these bosses that I've never fought before, I want to fight them legit. I don't want to have to resort to cheesing, but if push comes to shove, we do have in our back pocket some cheesy strats for sure. Of course, in all fairness, we have a lot going for us. Like I said, we got good DPS, we have incredible healing, maybe even too good of healing. So much so we have little healing wispies that can follow us around. The one downside, though, projectile repulsion field is very good, but the one downside is that it repels all projectile, or well, it says most projectiles. So that means that when we use this and produce little wispies that we can like grab to get healed, I'm repelling it. You can see like it is being affected by my little guy. Unless it lands, then it's okay. Like, well, mostly. Then it's mostly okay, but it can still get bounced around by my repulsion field. So you have to kind of corner it. So we have a lot of things going for us, but that won't mean a damn thing if we get polymorphed, because if we get polymorphed, then we're a sheep with 5 health for like 10 seconds. And 10 seconds is an eternity in this game when you are polymorphed, especially when you're in a boss fight. So, actually, one thing I'm kind of curious about. So if I hurt myself a little bit, there we go. What does this healing look like? Can I eat? Can I eat the healing? I cannot. I'm just thinking, like, because you can see it's still here. Yeah, but sadly I'm having a hard time like getting there. Yeah, so it healed me a little bit, but yeah, it's like it's because it's bouncing around and I'm repelling it. I can get healed by it, but it's a little bit involved to get there. So yeah. Anywho, so we probably have a ways to go. We'll need to keep this eyeball. We will need it for the big man, the Forgotten Man himself. Gotta make things complicated, which is how it becomes interesting. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be hopefully not an overly complicated boss, but it won't be simple. Won't be simple. I think this will be easier. The Forgotten, that is, will be easier than the Master of Masters, but by leaps and bounds. I'm not really too worried about the Forgotten. I remember Smickles rated us last time, and Smickles is a very well-experienced Noita streamer. And I mentioned to him, it's like, yeah, I'm going for the Forgotten. I've never fought him before. And Smickles, I believe his exact words were, "Oh, dude, you're gonna get roasted by the Forgotten." And I was like, oh, fuck. So I don't fully know what that means. I have seen the Master of Masters fought in other people's streams, so I think I've seen in a general sense what he's about, but I mean, I've never fought him myself, and doing it oneself is the best way to truly know such an encounter. So I can't really say I know shit when I've yet to do it myself. So we're getting more of these lads, which means that we are near some kind of spawner. It's probably further down, since all the things that are spawning are coming from below. They're probably below me. There's a worm friend. There's a little ticky. There's the wizard lad. There's one of them. I think there's an eyeball though, because that was the tick that we just killed. That's a regular enemy. One of those eyeball spawners is probably nearby. It's a good little explodey. And of course, although they are immaterial, their projectiles are very real and can very hurt us. So we have to be careful. Hey, what's up, Rossi? Struggles with Forgotten? Yeah, I mean, the fact that Smickles has a hard time with him is intimidating, because Smickles, like I said, is very good at this game. I've watched him stream. I've seen the clips. I've seen his accomplishments, so he's a good lad. Yeah, he's a speedrunner. I mean, the dude is... I mean, to be honest, I'm actually kind of surprised. Well, I know he hasn't been streaming as much, but Smickles is one of those streamers where I'm just like, man, if he keeps at it, he's gonna blow up, because like Alias, Dunk, Solar, all the like Latali, all these really good at the game streamers have like kind of made a name for themselves for, yes, being good at the game, but also like being good at communicating and being good at like describing what they're doing. And Smickles does all those things. Like, he's good at the game, he's a good communicator, he's good at streaming. So like Smickles he's a very talented streamer. So it's like he's one of many streamer friends I can think of off the top of my head where it's like, oh yeah, he will have no problems on this platform. He's a talented lad. I do remember him saying though that he was taking some breaks from streaming just to focus on other stuff, because you know, these things, they take time, and other priorities understandably come up. He's a good lad though. YouTube, yes, Sebastian, absolutely, yeah. If you have a music recommendation, I have a music discussions channel where recommendations go very well. Music discussion, I think is what it's called. We also have like interesting things, interesting links and cool shit. But yeah, probably music discussion. Because yeah, I would love check that out, Sebastian. I really appreciate that, because I'm always down for music recommendations, and that's in general. I'm always down for music recommendations, even things that I might not necessarily like. I'm definitely down to try it. One example is that I'm a big fan of Steven Wilson and Porcupine Tree, and a lot of the things that he has been involved with, and he is very like forthcoming about a lot of things that inspire him. And he's inspired by a lot of things, inspired by everything from Black Sabbath to ABBA and Kate Bush, and a lot of like a good variety of things. But one thing that he always comes back to, as he tells it, it's freaking wisps, by the way, goddamn. One thing he always comes back to, as he tells it, is what's the word? Ambient music. So, in fact, I think it was you, Rossi. You were telling me about some of the finer things that Brian Eno has done over the years, and that's a perfect example of an artist that I really need to listen to more. Like, I need to, like, I mean, I'm a big fan of things that he's produced, but other than, like, gonna sound silly, but other than the Windows 98, 95 startup sounds, I don't know much about Brian Eno's actual music that he himself has done. It's freaking wisps, man. Get him out of here. But like, he's a good example of like an ambient artist that has inspired and influenced a lot of people. So although I'll confess I haven't done my Brian Eno homework yet, I have, however, been delving into a lot of like weird experimental ambient stuff that's on Bandcamp. Like I've been getting in this really good or bad habit, depending on how you slice it, on perusing Bandcamp vaporwave labels just to see what's out there, just because there's a lot out there. It's fucking wisps. If it wasn't for having really good healing, I'd be very unhappy right now by these guys, because there's like fucking 3 of them that won't leave my ass alone. But anyway, yeah, perusing vaporwave labels on Bandcamp and like just seeing all the weird shit that's out there, listening to and seeing it, and a lot of it is very ambient stuff. And honestly, I don't like a lot of it, but I'm still like giving it the college try because it's adjacent to a lot of things that I do like, as I do like a lot of vaporwave and future funk things, and there's very much an overlap. May not be a significant overlap sometimes. You know, sometimes I'm listening to it and I'm going, well, I don't love this, but you know what? I'm glad I give it the college try. I'm giving it a what for. It's a mixed bag. That's right. Yeah, that's a very good point, Irasi, because I tend to listen to music not so much to put me in a mood or to like accentuate an activity. Usually I'm listening to music to like appreciate the instrumentation or the composition. Since I used to be a musician, I like to think not that I have an unusual appreciation, but I really enjoy like really cool instrumenty things. That's why I've been going so hard on, like I was saying earlier, like Japanese instrumental jazz and fusion. That is entirely because I like am so fascinated by like hearing these jazz musicians. How are they playing their instruments that way? How are they playing these kinds of melodies? You know, it's like that. I like to imagine, or even if there's YouTube videos or like live performances, even watch how they're doing it. Damn it, I want to dig through and get that money, but I can't get through here. There it is. Still summoning more lads. Bet it's up here somewhere, because they keep spawning from somewhere around here. So many eyeballs, man. That shit's nutty. But anyway, yeah, to Irasi's point, yeah, I think I'm in agreement with Irasi. It's like you kind of have to be in the right mood for a lot of ambient music. And I think certain situations, and certain like types of scenarios like work really well for listening to ambient music. Especially if it's like you want something in like as a background for something else. If I'm doing work stuff and I want to like, you know, be in focus mode, ambient makes perfect sense because it's not terribly distracting, it's more subtle. And music that's all about subtleties is awesome. For some people, you know, it can be boring, I guess, but like if I'm looking to like, if I'm looking for like some interesting like weird instrumentation, some funky time signatures, some I don't know, like, you know, some like unique instrument choices, like that kind of stuff you really want to find with ambient, because you're gonna get a lot of synths, a lot of keys, which is great. But yeah, if I want something to like put me in a mood, or something to help me relax, or if I was one who indulged, if I wanted to smoke some weed, makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense that that'd be huge. Island door. Ooh, that sounds interesting. 6 or so minutes. Brainstorming. Yeah, that's a perfect example of Zabasto. I bet like if I'm not a very creative guy, which is part of why I'm not really a musician anymore. But like, yeah, if I was a creative guy though, that would make sense. Like using music as a literal muse, you know, to use the literal definition of music. The idea of being able to have something like that be on the background while you're doing something else, especially as some kind of creative endeavor, it makes perfect sense. Makes absolute perfect sense. There's someone else, something else launching these dudes. There's someone arc down here. Some electric. Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, I cannot find this other eyeball because he keeps spawning new friends. And it's not very friendly. It's a snowy chasm. That's what this place is called. I gotta remember that. It'll just tell you like what the name of it is. Maybe not necessarily background. Just like wondering, like how it would fit. That's a good point too. Yeah, maybe background isn't the right word. Maybe soundtrack is the right word. Like, what situation would this be fitting for? Like, might be a dumb example, but it's like if I was watching a movie right now and I'm hearing this, what kind of scene would be playing out? Also, I'm melee immune, so I don't care about this guy. Melee immunity. Melee immunity is very, very good. It's especially good early game, but it's good always and forever. But yeah, I like how you describe that, Zabos. That's a good way to look at that, I think. Because Because I think there's like, I feel like I probably can't appreciate that as well as I should be, as well as I should. The idea of music, not just as a, let me listen to this as like a focused activity, but how can this accompany something? Maybe accompaniment is the word I should use instead. It's something to accompany a mood or a scene or a vibe, something. That's one of the powers of music, man. It can do so much, and it can be. I mean, I was watching WKC as he was listening to some Chick Corea while he was playing Noita, and when Spain came on, he actually said it was his first time listening to Spain since Chick Corea's untimely passing. So he muted his microphone and muted the game audio. He was still playing the game, but he very much wanted it to be a focused listening activity. And I was like, yeah, man, I get it. You know, an artist that means so much to you, and a song that means so much to you. Spain is a standard, you know, is an absolute jazz standard. So it's like, you know, if something that means a lot to you personally as a dedicated activity. He was listening to it on vinyl too, even to, you know, take it to the next level. So like, you know, that was very much like, you know, I was identifying with how he was enjoying, you know, this art, because that's how I tend to listen to my music. I tend to make it a pretty focused endeavor. But where that's the extent of the experience. I'm listening to the song or the album, and I'm listening to it as I'm hearing it. There's no other component. There might be a visual component if I'm watching a YouTube video of like a live performance of it, but unless it's like a music video, I wouldn't really be considering like other aspects of how this could be enjoyed. Like, yeah, what visual element, what mood could it accompany? Well, maybe the mood, because I guess that's. I mean, some songs are inherently happy and some are just inherently sad, but like maybe not seeking it out, you know, not going out of my way to consider it. So we got one of them, and another one spawns, take its place. Oh, Carbon de Brut, yeah. I like Carbon de Brut a lot. I like the synthwave stuff. Dark synth, that kind of shit, yeah. Tremonti and Cult of Luna I've not heard about, but yeah, Carbon de Brut. Big fan of the dark synth. I got his trilogy. I got a physical copy of his trilogy album 4 or 5 or 6 years or so ago, and it's real sick. That's some evil, sinister shit, and I love it. Machina, interesting. Is that also like synthwave? Because I realize that, yeah, synthwave and ambient, there is some overlap. And that's part of why I've been trying to give ambient a shot, because again, this is adjacent to many things that I do enjoy. There's a lot of good stuff out there, man. Which is part of the challenge. If they would just stop making all this good music, just put out some bad music for a while, let me get caught up. But no, they keep making amazing things, goddammit. Not giving me a chance to catch up, man. So selfish, right? Jeez. So let me get caught up. It's all about me. All about me and what I want, alright? That's what it's all about. So I think we're ultimately like heading to the bottom left. Of course, we keep finding more friends. I don't have to, you know, delete these friends. I'm just choosing to because I'm so nice. I'm a nice guy. So that crystal takes out the ticks, the purple ones. And we see those guys all the time in the temple. Which is to say we'll be seeing them, or not the, yeah, the temple, specifically. Oh, good to know they can make the mages happen out of these little wispies. That's unfortunate. Not terribly surprising, but unfortunate no less. See, that takes out the crystal. And more little ghosty boys. Yeah, more of the heavier stuff, yeah. Yeah, Carbon de Brut, yeah. Carbon de Brut is, yeah, metal-esque. Metal adjacent. It's very heavy. It's like heavy synth. Heavy, dark synth, I guess is what I would describe Carbon de Brut, because, yeah, it's... I could see how being more metal inclined would lead to somebody being a fan of Carpenter Brut. He's got some pretty cool, sinister vibes. Just gonna go ahead and blow those up. These cursed bolts are gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna find the crystal that was summoning him. But that might be a fool's errand just because this area is so enormous. Now, I'm not familiar with Danger. I am familiar with Scattle, rather. I have some of his albums. Because, yeah, his stuff is more like, yeah, electronic. Also, like, kind of hip-hop-y. Like, hip-hop beats, that kind of stuff. Like, instrumental hip-hop beats. Yeah, I like Scattle. I think my introduction to Scattle was in the Hotline Miami 1 soundtrack. Because he did a few very, very good songs for that video game soundtrack. Some good stuff. Yeah, Danger and Lauren, I don't know about though. Forest Swords, interesting. Listenable, yeah. I'm always down for the suggestions. Yeah, if there's any song recommendations, Sebasto, in particular, like if you had a YouTube link or something, yeah, it's like feel free to post that shit in the Discord because I listen to every recommendation that goes in the Discord server. Even if it's something I don't think I'll like, I'll still listen to it. So I'm always down. So yeah, if you got a link or like song names in particular, because sometimes it's like, oh, here, like this person wants to get into this thing. What's a good starter song or a good starter album to kind of give them a taste? So it's like if you got like something like myself, for somebody like myself, we think it might be fitting. Yeah, I am super down. Yes, yeah, spam away, my friend. It is fully warranted. And if mods give you shit, you can say, hey, Alex told me he was down for the music spams. Although, they shouldn't give you shit because they'll be like, no, that sounds like Alex. That sounds like something he'd be down for. It do be that way. He do be that way. Whoops. Yeah, I'm blowing those things up once again just so I'm in control. They're exploding when I want them to explode, not before, not after. Now, I do appreciate the recommendations, though, Sebasto. This is the kind of thing I very much enjoy. Yo, what's up, Ogasso? That's right, yeah. Yeah, Ogasso says, don't worry, I got that shit covered as well, fam. Dank memes and world events are always appreciated. Although, I also saw your post, Ogasso, in the movies and music, or movies and TV shows and anime discussion about that YouTube video you found. I've got it like bookmarked. I haven't watched it yet, but I've got it. I saw it was like a longer video, so it's like, okay, I'll watch this after I stream. But yeah, it's your description of it sounded interesting. The Alex Fun Pass, that's right. It's like when you're in school, the bathroom pass, or the hallway pass rather. You got the hallway pass to piss suggestions all over me. You can piss all over me, Bobo. Or something. I don't know. Something like that. And more of these guys, which means we're close to at least one. Oh, is that not another eyeball friend? No, it's just one of the Frosty Boys. This place is weird, man. I mean, it's a good thing we're immune to melee. Because you can't hurt these things. They are immaterial. Excuse me? Oh, it's an Uko. Like an actual Uko. Yeah, the source of these ticks is usually pretty easy to find. But I'm having a hard time finding the source of these things getting spawned. I think their range is a lot higher than I expect it to be. Yeah, like 30 minutes. Yeah, your description of it was like, ooh, I gotta check this out. Sometimes with the longer videos, I'm like, I'll put that on the back burner. But yeah, whenever it comes with a glowing review like that, it's like, ooh, I gotta try that shit out. There we go. That was one of the things spawning in. Little buddies. But you can see down below, there's so many more little buddies. An Alex Fun Pass for an Alex Fun Time. Go to this Discord server for a fun time. Winky face, sweat emoji, eggplant emoji, weary face emoji. 100. Steamboat Willie with Ren and Stimpy. I like all of those words in that sentence, Ogasso. Ogasso, did I ever tell you that as a child, I had a steady diet of Ren and Stimpy fed to my brain courtesy of my dad, who liked the show? I've described that, yeah, some of my earliest childhood memories are of watching Ren and Stimpy with my dad. And I have some friends who were like, Alex, that was not a kid's show. And I'm like, yeah, I know that now. I know that now. Their other reaction is, yeah, that explains some things, Alex. They're like, yeah, you could trace the lineage. Same thing with Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Ed, Ed, and Eddie was more of an adolescent, you know, grade school, middle school kind of thing. Whereas, like, Ren and Stimpy was, like, 5-year-old Alex. Like, you know, very, very young and impressionable. But, yeah, same kind of energy. You know, things that kind of color one's personality. Or help to color one's personality. For better, for worse. You touch my tra-la-la? Oh, it's just it's the immaterial version. This place is frustrating with so many spawners. 45-minute rant. No, I like those videos too, Elgal. So it's just it's the problem though is like I want to watch them, but I have a hard time carving out time. So I have a growing list of like backlog videos to go through, and that one is on them because I was like, this is super interesting. If it's not interesting to me, I'll be honest, it doesn't go on the list. But that one is on there because that one sounded fascinating. There's a motherfucking 8.5-hour video on YouTube that got uploaded recently that's all about Bomberman. And that's also on the list, but I'm just like 8.5 goddamn hours. Are you kidding me? It is a deep, deep, deep dive into Bomberman, all of the games. I think, well, maybe not all of them, but like an overview of the franchise. People be like, you enjoy, yeah, what the fuck, man? You like this? Damn, bitch, you live like this? Damn, Alex, you enjoy like you listen to art like this? Yeah, no, it's fun. I feel like that's one of the best ways to understand the nuances of someone or like someone's, you know, like a either an individual element or in like the perspective of like, you know, a group of people. The kinds of video games they're into, the kinds of art they enjoy, music they like, all that jazz. I feel like there's I would argue that you like can't get a full picture of somebody based on just the music they listen to or just video games they enjoy or the movies they watch, but like all those things together start to kind of paint a mosaic of that personality, and I think there's a lot of interesting things there. So I that's part of why I enjoy this stuff so much. Part of it is very selfish because I want music recommendations so I can listen to things and vibe out and have a nice time and get, you know, awkward boners and weird moments. You know, it is very much not altruistic, my desire for the recommendations. But the other part of it is, yeah, is a little bit more involved where I'm saying like, yeah, I want to, like, you know, I enjoy the aspect of like learning more about others. But it is still primarily very selfish. Feed my music addiction. Yeah. They have terrible tastes. I know there's many things that I enjoy and many takes that I have where people will be like, Alex, what the fuck, no, dude. I don't know if I've ever had any moments in like as far as like things in the Discord where somebody said I like this thing and I go like, whoa. I'm trying to think if there was like I can meme. I mean, because there are certain music genres I just don't really like. I'm not a huge ska fan, which is a shame because I have some college buddies where that's like the only genre they listen to. So whenever a music conversation comes up, I keep pretty quiet. But it's not that I think it's bad. I just don't like it. Same with punk music. I just don't really like. It's not my thing. But I kind of get why people like it. You know, it's less about like, you know, how the music is played, but more about like the, you know, the energy it conveys and the message behind the lyrics. You know, it's like it's okay to be sloppy as long as it's like, you know, passionate and it has like a message behind it and it's got the energy. It's like I get why people like it. It's just not for me. It's not my thing. So like there's a lot of times where I'll go, yeah, not for me, but you know, respect for those who enjoy it. There's good punk and a lot of not so good. Yeah, and maybe that's it too. Because I haven't really enjoyed what I've heard. I haven't really sought out a lot of what might be considered good punk. I'm gonna have listen. I'll confess. There's a couple songs by, let me think about this. Was it the Sex Pistols or was it the Clash? I get them mixed up a lot. What's the band that did London Calling? I think that's the Clash. There's a couple songs by them I thought that are like that's pretty cool. There's like 1 or 2 songs by the Ramones I think are kind of neat. But yeah, the vast majority of it, I'll confess, I'm like, just not really loving it. It was okay, cool, thank you, Ogasa. See if I can piggyback off of this healy friend. I got a little bit of heals. Yeah, this almost makes me wish I hadn't taken projectile repulsion, although it's saved me more than it's been a liability. So I think the pros outweigh the cons. Dead Kennedys. I never listened to the Dead Kennedys. Although I feel like I probably, I don't know if I would if I would enjoy the music, but I have a feeling I would probably enjoy the message and the you know, the lyrics and the energy. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard their music before. Unless I have without knowing it. It's like, oh, I've heard this song, I didn't realize it was them, that kind of thing. Hearing it on like the radio or something. It happens. Some catchy ones, yeah. That's the thing too, like some punk music is legit catchy and like mainstream friendly. You know, dare I say even poppy in some ways. Although I say that, and then in the same breath, I say, while I'm also taking a deep breath to practice diaphragmatic breathing, courtesy of my speech pathologist. I'm trying to be good. Trying to be a good boy. But, yeah, it's because of my vocal cord thing I got going on. I'm trying to, you know, when I'm streaming, I'm trying to be a practitioner of the things she has taught me. But, anyway, in the same breath, though, I will also say that punk pop, or pop punk, so Good Charlotte, and like a lot of like the early, like mid 2000s, fucking, what was the one? I mean, Green Day, kinda. I'm really hit or miss with Green Day, mostly miss. My Chemical Romance, like a lot of that I don't really like that. So much so I would say I don't think I like any of it, but again, I get why people do like it. So I'm not gonna like shit on it. It's just not my kind of thing. Yo, Mr. Arctic, what's up, buddy? I did give you, I gave you a little mini, like, you'll note that I'm not like putting any oomph behind it. It's just airy because I wanna not explode my mouth. Has some good, and you know they very well might, and maybe I haven't like given them a fair shake. But what I've heard so far, I was like, eh, just wasn't vibing to it. Some chunky posts. Thank you, Zabasto. I love it. Thank you for the recommendations, buddy. I'm always down. And honestly, if you guys have some pop punk recommendations you think I might like, or if you think I don't like, post that shit in the Discord server. I'll still listen to it. I will give it a fair shake, especially if it is a recommendation, like a specific song recommendation, because that's my favorite thing about these kinds of conversations is somebody saying, you might think you dislike this, but I have like one thing in particular, Alex, you should listen to. And honestly, sometimes I'll go, I'll make that face. You know the face for, especially for people either who listen to a lot of music or if you yourself are a musician, you make this face right here. You go like, yeah. Or even better, if you're really liking it, you're going, like you're shaking your head and you're making like a stank face. That's I saw something not too long ago that said this face right here, like kind of a pained face, almost like you're frustrated and you're angry when you're listening to music. That's like the best compliment you can pay a musician, because that's basically the equivalent of saying like, this is good and I'm mad about it. This is good and I'm shooketh. Exploding in mouths. What in the world? Yes. Look at this fucking orgy. And they didn't call me. Okay, I've summarily I have executed this orgy. Executing the orgy. That's okay. That's like an album name or something, right? That has to be some kind of like the name of something. Oh, and money raining down from the sky for no reason. Get drunk and play Meshuggah. Meshuggah's like, well, of course they're very much, you know, metal. So and also Gasso, for better or for worse, knows I tend to be very picky when it comes to metal, to the chagrin of some. But yeah, I know Meshuggah is very, very popular amongst metal circles. I have a number of friends who are big fans. Ah! Oh my god, that fucking video, the one I shared in the music channel, it was either earlier today or yesterday, I can't remember. But like, earlier I said the word funky, and now whenever I hear the word funky or funky, I want to say funky chunky. And then when I go, yeah, some of that splish splash. Yeah, he's got some of that blip blap. And then, yeah, he's got some of that, the fucking boat horn caught me so off guard, and I was like, this fucking guy's a genius. That was incredible. And I of course I followed him on, or I subscribed to him on YouTube. It's like, I gotta watch more of this guy's stuff. This guy's fucking great. I remember in the comments for that video, somebody correctly pointed out that, you know, when music is really good, when you're listening to something and you're really enjoying it, the words used to describe how much you're enjoying it become a formality. You could be like, because in that video he's playing something and he finds a really good sound and he's really enjoying it. Him and his like alter egos are like kind of vibing, and they're like, yeah, this is really good. And at one point one of them goes like, it's got some of that good. And it's like, yeah, he's got some of that blip blab. It's like, he's got some of that flip flap, some of that blip blurp. Like after a certain point, the words you're saying are immaterial. It all comes down to the vibe. So they were saying like, I'm going to speak exclusively in context going forward, which is to say, I'm going to speak exclusively in blippity bloops so long as I'm feeling the boipity doinks. So that's how it'd be. That's how it'd be. The growly stuff, yeah. So like weird times, and that's the thing too. Like, yeah, there's a lot of times where I might think to myself, yeah, like there's, you know, I'm listening to this metal band or this song, and I'm thinking like, yeah, overall I'm not really liking it, but they're doing some really interesting shit that I really appreciate. Gojira is a really good example of that. They do some really cool shit, but like other aspects of it are like, well, overall for me personally, it's a net negative, but there's still things that from afar I can appreciate. Yeah, sometimes it just hits just right, man. That's just all there is to it, baby. Sometimes it's all it is, yeah. Sometimes it do be that way. Let's see what this little shapey down here is. I don't know what that is. I don't think this is the boss. I don't think we're close enough. Oh, it's just a big man. Whoa! Yeah, it's a big man. Alright, that's what that is. Because I've seen that enemy before, I think. I have not seen that enemy before, so that's the big Uko. So I guess I've seen them, but I've never killed one before, because they are scary lads. That could have killed me. I mean, we are immune to electricity, but we're not immune to explosion, so that would have fucked me up real good. And if we didn't have teleport, we would have been in trouble for sure. Scary boys. Goes here. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, I mean, there's some interesting things, but yeah, you kind of nailed why I don't really like it, because it is an assault. It is music that you don't so much listen to. It kind of like grabs you by the testicles and oh god. What's that, Alex? Keep going. I'm almost there. Just gotta wait for this to fire 3 times. This curse projectiles are not fun. Okay. What's up, Alina? Good to see you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for the lurk as well. We're playing more Noita. We're getting deeper and danker into some strange areas in this game. Eventually, we're going to find ourselves a boss battle that I'm a little bit nervous about. Since I've never fought them before, this could This could go tits up real quick, man. This could, like... This could be the beginning of the end. This run could die in less than a few minutes. It could die in 30 seconds. There could be another giant Uko waiting for me that I just haven't seen yet. And I don't want it to die. We've got a really good run going. But it could happen. It could happen. So we're trying to keep it going, but with the expectation that nothing is guaranteed in life. Whoop! Okay, so I thought it was a... I think it was a swapper. I thought it was the telemage. Oh, tellying. I thought it was a telemage. But some are especially deep in the weird. Ooh. See, if I wasn't melee immune right now, I would have just gotten got. Because I had no idea that guy was coming. I mean, one of those guys is enough to just fucking kill you. So yeah, right there, I had no idea that was happening. That was about to happen. I guess it wouldn't have killed me because I have a lot of health. But yeah, that could have been quite gross. Yo, Nitro, thank you, my friend. Shouts to Nitro. How you doing, bud? At the point there. Let's see if somebody beats me to it. Oops, helps if I spell her name right. There we go. Nitro Nova. More Danganronpa. That's right. That's right. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Nitro. How is Danganronpa going? So I guess I know you'd finished up for the time being. Ace Attorney, but there's still a bajillion Ace Attorney games to play. How's Danganronpa been going for you? There's the fun kind. Yeah, there's like fun and silly, and like fun and weird. Then there's, yeah, like cursed, extremely cursed and weird. And there is some overlap, but usually you pick one sub flavor and stick with it. It's a good time. So there's one of them. So that'll wink him out of existence. But look, they're still spawning in more bad guys, so it's like they're still coming in from somewhere. Pumpkin Cowboy. Again, I've got it in my head. It's gonna be in my head all night, and I embrace it. We embrace these things. Camcorder video is the latter of the two extremes. I would have it no other way, Arctic. Like the one we listened to was weird. Watch/listen to was weird, but it wasn't like, extraordinarily cursed. It was weird, but it was a of the Brian David Gilbert genre of content that is fairly mainstream. Pop oriented sensibilities and such. I keep thinking that's an actual bad guy. Sometimes hard to see from a distance. Let's get a real good heal. Problem is, it keeps legitimately digging through the snow, which is not actually desired. The silliness, that's good. That's good. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I wouldn't think that Danganronpa would really be known for silliness per se. Because I know sometimes they can be, there's like some pretty heavy story things that happen. I don't know if I remember that one, Arctic. Is that one you showed me? Because I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, I saw your post yesterday about it, Ogasso. Saying that, yeah, today it was going to happen. So today it is official. Deserved. Well deserved. In a perfect world, we'd have that shit nationally, but progress, baby. We take those. I guess I'm a little bit surprised it didn't happen sooner in Jersey. Although, like, I mean, I'm trying to think, like, I guess there's, I mean, well, of course, there were some, conservative, some well-known conservative New Jersey leadership that probably, wouldn't have supported such a measure. So I guess I'm not that surprised, but still, better late than never. We take this. The most popular cursed one. Maybe I have seen it, and I don't realize that I've seen it. Maybe my brain tried to wipe it from my memory banks. It's not canon. Oh, okay. So it's kind of, is it like a spin-off game? Kind of like its own little deal. By the way, astute viewers might think to yourselves, man, Alex is really like, you know, powering through trying to kill a bunch of bad guys and whatnot. Is he just like lollygagging? Is he just is he delaying the inevitable because he's scared to fight the forgotten? The answer is yes and yes, and then also yes. Ow. If only their bullets were as immaterial and ethereal as their like physical being, because I can't hurt them, but their bullets can hurt me. Maybe their bullets aren't shooting my body, maybe their bullets are shooting my soul, so it's dealing like soul damage. Maybe that's the lore of what's happening here. Whoopsie daisy. The worst kind. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't really like talk shit, Ogasso, because I'm in Missouri. We have the opposite problem of, you know, it is a shockingly red state. It's not that shocking, but it is noteworthy. And, yeah. With that comes all kinds of fun little... I mean, I don't know. You know how I am. I try to... I don't want to be, you know, painting with too wide of a brush, with too wide of strokes. Because, you know, it's not... Plenty of people are down for that kind of thing, but yeah, for me personally, I find myself disagreeing constantly with the Missouri State Legislature, so I don't know shit. Or like Illinois. Yeah, that's the thing too. I grew up in Illinois, so yeah, so my as a child and young adult, yeah, I was exposed to, yeah, that end of the spectrum as well, that extreme of the spectrum, if you would call it. And yeah, it is. I mean, man, Rod Blagojevich was the state governor for most of my you know, cognizant childhood. So if that tells you something, and no, I have no nostalgia for that man. That man's a fucking garbage human being, but you know, you didn't hear that from me. That's wild, man. But again, you know, but we've had how many Missouri state governors have been like arrested for things like in a row, for that matter. So Missouri and Illinois, man, like Jesus, we just can't get our shit together. It's ridiculous. Rob, like, yeah, exactly. It is like the memes and the stereotypes of like how, you know, how bad could it really be? How bad could Illinois really have it? It's like, well, Rod Blagojevich. That is all that needs to be said. Nobody likes him. Well, actually, no, I think Republicans like him now because he's a Trump supporter. But like for a while there, nobody liked him. Yet somehow he kept getting reelected. Democrats hated him because he, well, there were many reasons, but like one of which is that he was just kind of a mean-spirited person. Like he was just like. He was like in interviews or like in like press statements, he was just always inflammatory. Just a mean guy. Just like a really angry and unpleasant human being. And of course, you know, Republicans didn't like him because he, you know, there were some things that he strived for that were legitimately, you know, within liberal interests, but the way he went about them was oftentimes perplexing and baffling. But so like it's shocking that somebody so universally disliked just kept getting reelected until he got his ass arrested. And then finally it was like, all right, maybe we'll get someone else in here, but we're not gonna be happy about it. And I know that some people like him now though, so it's like, what a weird, if you want to call it a redemption arc, it's fucking bizarre. Good times. Good times. Eh, not really. Not really good times, but they happened. For better or for worse, they happened. At this point, it's a matter of just going straight south, I'm pretty sure, because we've hit the wall of the extremely dense rock. So I think at this point, we're just going south and south and south. Although I think it's there will still be a moment where we'll have to go more left. I think there's like a little nook where the forgotten cave will be tucked into. And for most of the pros when they play this boss, when they go for this boss, they don't even go to the caves like I'm going through. They dig around it because the caves are so annoying to deal with. So they wouldn't really even be dealing with what we're doing right here. Ooh, that might be a thing I might want to deal with here. I might want to take off. It's because it might be because of damage plus. Excuse me. Oh. I was gonna see why it's yeah, because we're draining a little bit of mana. It's because I put on a different wand, maybe. God damn it! These guys are so annoying, and I don't know how to. I don't think you can kill them. If you can, I know not how. Another zombie orgy, zomborgy. What's perplexing is that these guys can just follow you for screens and screens and screens. There's no way to kill them. It's like, well, guess I'll just be miserable then. It's pretty cool. Trying to get healed. Thump, 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 thump. I saw some, like, indications of something happening. I saw a little swirly indicating somebody was getting stunned by something. Let's try here. There we go. Yeah, looking for that hard rock. That way it's not digging into the snow. Because when a lot of, like, bolt projectiles, healing bolts, digging bolt, what have you, and it's like a soft material like that, it'll dig through the material, then it'll wink out of existence. So the harder materials where it's not actually like digging through it, that's where it's able to persist. Pick up the gold. There we go. Oh, I got stunned. Oh, okay, so yeah, alright, so we've hit some kind of rock bottom. I think that means then that over here it's gonna lead to where we want to be. How'd I upwarp up there? That's impressive. Do its thing. How did you follow me in here? Jesus, I feel like this one guy has been following me for 1,000 years. And here we go. So here's the wall here. I have a feeling we're gonna have to like deal with at least a few of these little wispies throughout the whole fight. Guess I could try to lead him away. Oh, it's a ghost friend. Yeah, I want to lead this guy away. Because I don't want to have to deal with this while we're also trying to fight this boss. As for sure this guy... Oh yeah, here's another one here. It's good to see you, by the way, Cultic. So thank you for joining. We're continuing with our Noita run, and we're heading towards the Forgotten. And I'm nervous because I've never fought this guy. But I've got 1,000 of these little wispy boys following me around, and I'm trying to, like, lead them away. That way I can fight the Forgotten in relative peace. Because these guys are so annoying, I'm also exploding these things because I want to explode them on my own schedule. My own schedule. These guys are incredibly annoying. And I have no idea. I don't even know if you can kill them. Or if there is a way to kill them. What would be entailed, what would be involved. I don't think there's like the little crystals that command them. the way like the ticks go, or the eyeball statues. Oh gosh. Oh man, I'm sorry, Cold Looks. That sounds awful, man. So yeah, so like, yeah, 6 months total. And like, yeah, and pretty hardcore recovery mode, man. That sounds rough. Hope you haven't had any like long-lasting issues as a result of it, because yeah, that sounds rough, man. That sounds really, really unpleasant. Hope things are better for you now, bud. Shit was a blur, yeah. Yeah, for me it was a blur just because it was a long time ago, but yeah, I didn't have anything nearly that traumatic happen to me, so I had it pretty easy, honestly. Try to lead these fellas away. There's more eyeball statues. I think I've killed a lot of these things, but don't have much to show for it yet. Oh, I can't teleport to any of that? Really? Okay. It's like I kind of want to pick up that money, but sometimes the teleport is not having it. Wasn't an issue till now. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm glad it was at least, you know, pretty chill for a while there. Play it on the work. Oh wow. Okay. So yes, you're doing okay for a bit, but yeah, it sounds like the way you described it sounds like it's been giving you issues lately. Cause yeah, I have a couple friends. I have a couple friends that are younger than me. Not like significantly, but like, you know, are like, you know, 3 or 4 years younger than me, and have mentioned that yeah, they're already having like back issues from, yeah, like an injury that they sustained years ago. Like, you know, when they were like in school, like because like maybe they were in football or something, you know, some kind of like injury come back to roost. So I've heard of that kind of thing happening, but yeah, it sounds deeply unpleasant. I'm glad to hear it was at least okay for a bit though, but just yeah, it sounds rough. Sounds real rough. We have so many of these things chasing us, but like I said, I'm trying to lead them away and then I can circle back around. Yeah, sometimes it's like, is that a real dude or a unreal dude? So far, they're all fake, except this guy. This guy's real. Ah! The fact that I'm still going down makes me think that maybe that path we saw earlier was not the right way. Because I think if we're finding more like ice cave, more snowy depths, snowy chasms, that means we're probably still needing to go deeper. Am I just getting stuck on things? What is chasing you? Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what these things are. I've never killed them before, but we've so they wouldn't be on my progress meter, but yeah, they are deeply annoying. Is this a parallel world? This one is not, although we went to a parallel world last time, or two streams ago. We went there briefly because I wanted to fight the alchemist, and the alchemist in the original world and in World Prime disappeared. You know, I could not find him. It was very annoying. Because I wanted to fight him so that we could get the Greek letter spells from him. But he disappeared after, like, I went to heal. Like, I left the fight temporarily to heal, and when I came back, he was just gone. So I left for, like, I was probably gone for, like, 30 seconds. And he just fucking yoinked himself out of there. You gotta go in, Elgaso? Yeah, she was almost assuredly asleep by now. So if you're okay with waiting until tomorrow morning. And also, depending on how weird it is, She might be like, what the fuck, man? Like Arctic, what was the one that Arctic had me do? It was the, why do they call it an oven? When you in cold the food, but then you out hot the eat food, or out hot eat the oven food. Out of the hot even, I'd fucking know. I can't, but anyway, sometimes she's like, I don't know how to respond to these, man. Sometimes it's weird. Oh, here we go. So I went all around it seems. So here's the place. Here's the place, and I am deeply afraid. Let's get a quick heal. Sealed up as I can possibly be. Got the eyeball out. Let's do this thing, baby. Oh, never mind. This is something else. There's no boss here at all. Yeah, this is something else. It looks like a boss arena. But it was bamboozles. Secrets of hidden danger have been unlocked for you. Oh, good. Now, I think I've used deer koi before. A seemingly innocuous deer. Seemingly. Isn't the Discord El Gaso? Oh, you've got it right there. Here we go. Oh my god. So this, I'll just copy and paste this. Is it right? That would take a while to tap out on my phone. So you'll just have to take my word for this. Instead of like physically bringing up my phone, I'll just I will not share my screen as I'm doing this because, you know, revealing last names and such. But yeah, I'm reading it myself actually. All right, so I hit the enter button. I will go ahead and warn you, Elgaso. Her reaction will probably be like, what? Or her reaction will be like, dude, I don't know enough about history to like contribute to this conversation. Because I don't know enough about history to contribute to that conversation. If I were asked that question, I would go, okay, I know who Khrushchev is, and I know where I think I know where Albania is. I don't know what Titoist is. I know what Mao, well, I know who Mao was. I don't think I truly understand what Maoist means. So, yeah, I have no intel for this one. I still want to pick up deer koi. Maybe. How many times can I cast deer koi? Do they explode? No, I think they're just a friend. Hey. So there's a time and a place for everything, dude. Yeah, I don't know if I really want deer koi for anything as good of a meme as it is. The fat guy. That narrows it down. It's the corn guy, right? Khrushchev with the corn, and he's really happy. He did other things. He was the final leader of the Soviet Union, wasn't he? Before it dissolved. But not like a dictator. He was like, I guess their president, I guess would be the thing, was like the Soviet Union trying to be a democracy or something. The corn guy, yes. That is how I would like to remember. I mean, he's still alive, but that's how I want to keep Khrushchev in my mind, in my mind's eye. So I think I need to go more to the left. If we found this here, I'm gonna check the map. But me thinks I might have gone too far south. Because again, we did see that one little spot over this way that caught my eyeballs. Caught a few of my eyeballs even. It had like a similar wall style to the one we just saw. First secretary was the term. Okay, yeah. I mean, Augusta knows I'm a piece of shit when it comes to history. And knowing about international affairs. I try to keep relatively... Yeah, I try to keep relatively recent with current things, but yeah, I am useless when it comes to historical political affairs. So I'm don't hire me, don't bring me onto your trivia night. You will not do well. The team will suffer with my introduction to the team. Is Putin communist? No, I would assume not. Yeah, I would assume. I mean, some people, they can say he's communist. I think people who are up to speed with communism would probably scoff at Putin being actually communist. I'm not sure if I have a word. How would I describe his leadership style? I mean, authoritarian, obviously, or like there's the obvious ones, but I don't know if there's like a more succinct way to describe it. Right. So here is the place. Something in a bunch of awful things. So I got the eyeball. It's gonna be in here somewhere. Is he up? There's the drums. There he is. I think. Is that him? Not sure that's him. I thought he had like a different look. He's not doing anything. Oh, here he is. He's stuck in the wall. That's silly. How do I get him down? Because I don't know if I can... I don't really have I need to like hold this up to him to be able to damage him. Is plutocrat? I guess I've never heard that term before. Because he's from Pluto. How do I get you down? Because the problem is I can't actually damage him unless the eye is close to him. Yeah, I try to put it away. Ah! This fucker is still here, by the way. He's stuck in the wall. Well, that's awkward. I guess I could try to dig him out. I mean, I don't know if I want him digging out. Here, I can dig... Well, see, I was saying earlier how I don't want to cheese him. Yeah, see, again, I don't have enough levitation to jump all the way up with the eye. So I have to, like, kind of do this awkwardly here. I can at least do this. I'm gonna dig a little hole for myself. I'm gonna dig him out. There we go. Now we're talking. I want this to be a fair fight. Getting him stuck in the wall is no fun. Government by the wealthy. Okay. So it shields him. Am I not doing any damage? Oh, he's immune to my damage. Oh. Well, that's good to know. I mean, what I'm shooting is oh, no, he's taking some damage. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to, like, destroy the eyeball thing. He's annoying. Oh, I'm sending his projectiles back at him. That's what's damaging him. Okay, so my wand is doing nothing to him. I'm gonna pick up the eye and leave because I can't hurt him. I need to reconsider a different build. Fuck, I have to go to the Holy Mountain again, don't I? God damn it, because I don't know if I have anything that can work against this guy then. Ah, fuck, I can't stand still. Yeah, I don't have anything that can hurt him. Fuck, I wish I would have known that sooner. That's embarrassing. Well, I gotta go all the way back. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, my options are to either try to, like, fight this guy over the next power by reflecting his projectiles back at him, or... Damn, man, maybe I should have looked this up prior. I tried to, like, avoid looking things up ahead of time, but... Maybe I should have looked this up to... This is gonna cost a lot of time. See, I only have luminous drills, so I was kind of banking on that working for me. Darn. That is a shame. Oh, it's okay. Let's begin the journey back. That's embarrassing. I feel like I should have looked it up so I could avoid this kind of backtracking nonsense. How does he take damage? I think, if I'm not mistaken, all you gotta do is have the eyeball out and then shoot him with something that does damage. I think what I will do here, let's do this. I'm gonna look it up right now, actually. Again, I know it's kind of kludgy, but if my spells are doing no damage, I want to look up what would do damage to him. Because I'm worried if I go back and pick a different projectile, what if that one doesn't work either? So, I forgot, Noita. Forgotten. So I've never fought this guy before. I'm like, ah, shit, what am I getting myself into? Is a tiny, so his name is the Forgotten. Here's the page right here. His official name is unmodded. Unmodded. Snowy Chasm. So yeah, so if you have the eye close, yeah, because I did look up what the eye was. Yeah, I really don't know. Yeah. Oh, if I had Venomous Curse, that might be good. Yeah. If I have Explosive Curse. Maybe that's what I should do. I should do something with explosions, because I have 2 explosive curses. So he's immune to frost, electricity, slow, polymorph. Like, that makes sense. Oh, I think this is it. Oh, that's Cold Duck. Thank you, Cold Duck Soup, for that resub, by the way. Thank you, my friend. That is very generous. Thank you, my friend. That's so kind. 3 months. 3 months. Thank you, Cold Duck Soup, for that very, very nice resub. You're too good to me, dude. But yeah, so I think this is it right here. I think this means projectile. So a multiplier of 0 means he takes 0 damage. So he's immune to, maybe it's like he means he's immune to, like, the frozen effect. But ice damage would fuck him up. Slice would do a little bit fire damage. He can't be set on fire, I'm guessing. Well, actually, no, he could be. He's not immune to being on fire. But explosion, electric, toxic damage. So, really, I just got unlucky. Everything except projectiles. Electricity and explosions. Seemed like electricity would do extra good. Electricity or ice or toxic would do, like, really well. Explosive would do less well, probably, but, like, a lightning bolt would probably be sick. Because that's electric and explosive. Surely we can find something in our holy mountains we've been to. But thank you again, Nicole Dixie. That's very sweet of you, buddy. I appreciate you, bud. 3 months. 3 months of very kind support. So yeah, so let's head back to the holy mountain. Let's poke around with some wands and some things that we have. Now, although we didn't get a chance to do much damage to him, we did kill one of his automatons and a few of his hives. Little things he was spawning. So we gotta do some diggings. This is probably a lesson learned. I probably need to enter a boss fight that, like, if there's a boss I've never fought before, I should probably go in with a few damage dealing ideas. Because yeah, some bosses are gonna be immune to things. Because of course I already knew about the Lukis being immune to, you know, almost all projectile damage types. It's like that was like something I already knew ahead of time. But like, yeah, I should probably diversify, you know? Diversify my damage assets. Now, the good news is that barring any surprises, I should be able to get up to the top pretty well. If I'm really smart, I'll dig fairly straight up. That way, like, getting back is like relatively a simple simple measure. Now, the one downside is hopefully when I get back, that guy's still there, because we've seen it once before, where I went to fight a boss and then left. When I came back, the man was gone. That was like a 30-second jaunt, whereas this one will be probably at least half an hour. Yeah, it saves time, right. Yeah, especially when it's like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. If it's a boss I've fought before, then who cares? But yeah, if I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, then some diversification goes a long way. Trigger an explosive projectile. Yeah, because that's the thing. We found explosive projectile. And what I could do is put explosive projectile on my wand. But last time I put explosive projectile on luminous drill, it killed me. The difference here is that it's not looping back towards me the way ping pong path does. So it's not like, that's why for a while I had bloodlust on here. But I don't know if this boss gets a shield at any point. And if he had a shield, then it could bounce back towards me and then it would fuck me up. So I'm not going to put explosive projectile on our current wand. Really, explosive projectile on something else I think would be fine. I mean, ideally, I don't know if we've actually found the lightning spell. Lightning bolt spell. I think lightning bolt would be sick against this guy, but yeah, I don't know if I found it. Of course, it is dangerous because we're not immune to explosions. We're immune to electricity, but not the explosive stuffs. He plays completely blind, yeah. Spends days with bosses. I respect that. I don't go in completely blind because, like I said, I've watched other streamers. You know, I've watched Dunk, I've watched Alias, so... And I kind of like take notes, so I don't like shut my mind off when I watch them fight these bosses. I go like, I note certain things. But this is one of those games where I don't really feel, I'm not really bothered by spoilers personally. I understand, Casey wanted to go blind. I totally understand that, and I respect it. But for me personally, I don't mind it because when I'm playing it versus watching it, it really is a different kind of vibe. So I don't feel like I'm really missing out on anything by having certain things already known to me. Yeah, Casey's a cool guy. I liked him when I was watching him a little bit earlier. When Alias raided. He's a cool lad. And I'm not just saying that because he's a fellow Chick Corea fanatic, but that doesn't hurt matters either, for that matter. Except my beverage. It's impressive though, spending literal days on a single boss. I mean, that's the other thing too. Like I'm a little bit bummed that I'm having to spend time going back. Not so much for me. I'm more worried because I worry that for viewers it's boring watching me backtrack. So so I'm like I'm impressed then that he's able to not just spend days, multiple streams on just one boss, but also make it interesting. Because that's something that I think I would struggle with. Is like, how do I make this entertaining? But yeah, for somebody like Casey who's going in completely blind, it kind of tracks that. Yeah, it's like that's part of the learning experience. Also, I think I went too high. Part of the learning experience is having the viewers kind of learn with him, and kind of like having them experience the journey as he's going through it. So it's like, it's like that's part of the whole point of streaming to begin with. It's like the idea of like sharing that experience, whether it be a familiar one or a new one. I think it tracks as like a thing that kind of explains why it's a like, what about it is appealing to viewers. Yeah, that's scary because I got hit by a cursed bolt. Okay, I think it's done. Did he just drop the eyeball dude down? He did. Except that didn't kill all the eyeball dudes because there's still multiple ethereal enemies nearby. Yeah, the reactions to secrets. Yeah. So it's like you're like, it's like they're able to kind of incorporate that into the stream as like part of the experience. Part of the journey is like that shared sense of discovery. Maybe not shared because some viewers know about it, but like seeing how somebody learns about a thing and how they deal with certain challenges. How they handle adversity, that kind of thing. This game is all about sudden adversity. Sudden aggressive adversity. Well, I'm going the right way. I know I need to go very up. But I think at some point I have to also go top right, northeast. God, it's a good thing I have healing, because this place would be miserable without it. Ouch! It's an unkind place with healing, but without healing, I don't think I'd be able to do it, man. Battle bits. If Battlefield was good. Roblox, Minecraft, interesting. Still think I'm guessing there's like survival or crafting elements. I haven't played a Battlefield game. I haven't played a Battlefield game since 1942, man. I'm old. I remember when Battlefield 1942 came out, though. That game was incredible, for its time. I know that for a lot of people, you're either a Battlefield or you're a Call of Duty. So some people play both, but it seems like a lot of people have their preferences, for good reason. But, the one downside with these games is that they have near annual releases, sometimes multi-annual releases at this point. So, for better or for worse, you're getting iterations on, the same kind of game over and over again. Although I think I heard Call of Duty is taking like a year off to focus on, reorienting themselves. Something similar happened with Assassin's Creed a couple years ago, where they were like, maybe one Assassin's Creed game a year is sucking our product, our creativity, man. Like, maybe this is not working out for us. So maybe not so much gameplay-wise, but graphics-wise, yeah, it's more kind of the blocky presentation. Their eyeball friend. It's like you can kill one eyeball. Like, get rid of him. It might. Maybe that killed him. They'll also just wink out on their own after a while anyway. There's one. Anybody want some blue sand? Delicious blue sand. I like my sand with a nice blueberry flavor. Delicious. For a lot of us, when we play this game, you'll find an explosive canister, and it's like, as I'm leaving the area, I'll leave a parting gift of a unnecessary explosion. Like, I don't need to blow these things up, but I just like watching all the explosions pop in this game. It's always satisfying. So whenever we hit the wall like that, it's like, alright, then we head right. Oh. Okay, I might have hit a ceiling then. Let's go down then and head right, because I'm pretty sure the entrance that we took had us leading from this direction, I think. I could dig through the extremely dense rock, but I worry that would put me on the wrong paths. So I'm trying to follow the natural pathing, more or less. Ouch, that was a good combo by that guy, unfortunately. Unfortunately for me. I'm surprised it took me a while to find one of these guys. I'd never fought one before. I've never killed one before, at least until earlier today. 20 minutes ago. I must have way overshot this, because I can't find any paths to go on here. Okay, this actually makes me think I must have missed something. What did I miss here? Because this wall here makes me think, okay, there's like still something along here, right? I might have to check the map to see where I've ended up, because I feel like I'm barking up the wrong tree here. Yeah, we hit this corner here, which is shocking. Here, let's go this way. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe there is just a little lip that we've found ourselves in. Nothing else, we're gonna become very familiar with this strange, awful place. It's a good time. Hey, what's up, Dave? Dave says, oh my. Oh, that one. Yes, that one. That's a good one. I remember the exact context, but it's more funny if there is no context. Dave, you'll be happy to know that getting caught up on the PSO with the boys chat earlier. So for those that know, Dave, myself, Arctic, and JD, we're all the four of us are in kind of just a PSO with the boys Discord chat, where we'll kind of plan out, you know, when we're gonna play together, you know, on weekends, that kind of thing, and we'll also nerd out about just various PSO related shenanigans. And at one point, we were talking about the ticket system for like when you can earn tickets for the cosmetics. It's pretty much like a gacha style. What's the word? Little capsule dispenser things where it's like a, oh god, I'm very on fire. Little capsule dispenser things. You know, you put in a quarter, you twist a little dealy bopper, and you're not sure what you're gonna get. So that's how like the cosmetic things in the game work, where it's like you can unlock a lot of cool cosmetic things. And there's a lot of awesome ones out there, but it's kind of a toss up as far as which one you're gonna get whenever you use one of the scratch off tickets. And we were talking about that, and because JD was saying like, yeah, there's some pretty cool ones out there, and Dave was like, I don't know, man, that stuff makes me pretty nervous. Like some gacha games and MMOs can be a little bit wily. Oh, I'm in the service now. Means we've escaped. And Dave was like, yeah, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Then like 6 days later, Dave's like, he replies to his own comment, and he's like, lads, I'm weak. Forgive me, lads, I've sinned. I've gone in on the gacha. And Arctic was like, homeboy didn't even make it a full week. It's like, no, it's okay. It's okay, Dave. It's okay. Embrace the degeneracy. Lord knows I have. What's up, D-Man? Yeah, gacha's the correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah, that is often how it goes. We're gonna check every holy mountain and find some cool projectiles to fight this goddamn boss. Goddamn dude. It's a big meanie boy. What I could do is get music notes. Those are legit helpful. No, man, no. I'm all out here saying you gotta embrace it, man. You gotta embrace it, especially embrace it, Dave, if you got some cool, like, nerdy shit. If you got some weird cosmetic emote things, then I will selfishly enjoy it because I'll get to see you do them in game. So your suffering is for my benefit, my selfish benefit. I don't think I know what gachi means, Elgaso, but I will assume that's like a more good version. And hydrate, thank you, Cold Duck Soup. Was that the one, D-Man, where we both died, but you died like 13 milliseconds before me? So technically I won, but I mean, we were both on the way out, so it really should have been a draw. In fact, I think you killed me, and I was having a long death, and then like the smash ball got you or some shit, and your death was quicker. So like I should have lost. It's a match I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's the one. Don't Google it. All right. Oh my. Oh my. Now I know. Now I know. All right, so yeah, here, right, like, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking Bouncing Burst would be good. Bouncing Burst would not be good because that's just more projectile. We know he's susceptible to slice damage, but I too am susceptible to slice damage. There is Electric Spark, but that's projectile damage. It's not electric damage. I don't think that would do it. Let's keep looking. There's several of these bad boys to look through. Several, Holy mountains. Y'all want some lava? I never healed, by the way, did I? And we're full healed. So electricity would be real cool. This would also work. Pollen would work really well. In fact, we could do pollen and explosive projectile. Flying into space. Yep, that's how it goes. That's getting smash broed. Yeah, what I might do is like fireball orbit. Something like this, and then explosive projectile. That would fuck him up pretty good. As we know, he's susceptible to fire damage. Because normally I don't really like pollen. I think I'll make an exception here. Of course, the wand itself I really couldn't care less about, but this one that is. Do I want to use disc project? Nah, I shouldn't. It would be more of a liability than I wish to admit. Whoops. Hey, what's up, Josh? Yeah, I don't hate the wand. I'm just unimpressed by it. I'm not saying the wand is horrible. I'm just saying it's awful and it should feel bad now. Your wand is bad and you should feel bad. Oh, it's good to see you, Josh. Hope you're doing well, buddy. It occurs to me I never actually looked... Whoopsie daisy. That's not teleport. Well, it is teleport and it has other things. Whoopsie daisy. Vacuum field. Have I ever used this spell before? I have not. I've never used vacuum field. I've seen it a bajillion times, but I never actually used the damn thing. Have I at least used rain cloud? Like, there's probably a lot of spells that should be in my collection, but I've just never used myself. Blood cloud is the most metal of spells. Sucks nearby projectiles. Yes, here's the suck. Okay, so we've cast it once. Can I get the fuck out? I just wanted to cast it so I could have it in my collection. So it's progress, baby. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. Doing well though. Doing well though, Josh. We're playing some Noita. Game I've been playing this game a lot lately, and we've had a really good run so far. We've been doing some pretty cool shit. And we're fighting bosses we've never fought before. We're exploring areas we've never been to. So it's all been good and productive. But also because there's like things I've never like explored before and bad guys I've never fought. I'm like, there's some growing pains of being like, oh wait, this one bad guy is immune to like certain projectiles. Like, oh, that's a problem. So I'm having to like improvise and get learnt. So part of the joys come with that, but we are learning. We're learning more and more about video games, and more importantly, learning about ourselves in the process. Sometimes you just gotta suck, and you know what? I've never been afraid of sucking, and I never will be. No, it's a good one. It's a good one. Yo, Vampire Survivors. Yeah. Noita's fun. I mean, it's as you can tell, falling sand, physics-based platformer roguelite, a lot of shenanigans with wand crafting, and there's a lot of secrets and a lot of bosses and hidden areas. There's a lot to explore with this game. But yeah, Vampire Survivors, yeah, that's a game I'm interested in as well. I've watched a lot of people stream it, and it looks to be very fun, and it has some overlap, I would say, at least with the Noita crowd, as far as yeah the way the game plays and the way the building element goes. I guess it's like a roguelite staple. Physics-based stuff, yeah, for sure. Sometimes you gotta suck, sometimes you gotta get sucked. Sometimes you gotta suck, sometimes you gotta blow. And it's just how it do. Now, there's this combo right here. Is it not in this one? Maybe it's in the next Holy Mountain. I think it might be in the next one, because this is the one underneath the snowy depths. As we have, in fact, here I'm gonna put these here just to free up some space. Let's like grab a bunch of stuff and take them with us. Now, personal tentacular is the correct choice, the ethical and correct choice. Concentrated light also might be good. Because there is an explosion to it. Yeah, concentrated light and explosive projectile might just be what I go for here. So I don't think we're gonna find any lightning spells, but explosive projectile might be enough. Okay, some things. Why not have that egg? I should bring this egg with me for these trying times. Let's go down the next holy mountain. I'm pretty sure the next one has the goods that I really want. Good time waster. It seems like the kind of game I would really enjoy playing for like an hour or two at a time. You know, once every couple days. I wouldn't play it for hours and hours on end like I can with Noita, but definitely a game to like bust out just as a way to mix it up. Completionist, yeah, because there is quite a lot to do in the game as I understand, and it's still very much in development. And we still have this that we were fucking with. Yeah, here's the fun stuff. So what we could do, in fact, I might not even fuck with these. Can you tell I was experimenting in this area? And hence all the things that have been fucking deleted. Let's drop these things. So, I'm gonna drop the egg. For these trying times. I'm gonna drop recoil. Spell spark. Just gonna drop a bunch of things that we won't be messing with anytime soon. Bloodlust, I will keep you on me for now. For now. Oh, have a good night, Zabas. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Now, thank you. Thanks for contributing to the chat and for giving me some music recommendations. It's all love, baby. It's all love. Much appreciated, buddy. So you've been playing? Yeah. Just killing time or mixing it up. That is fully warranted. So yes, explosion on drunk enemies, explosive curse. There's another explosive curse. Oh, we can electricity. That could be cool. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to buy that. Oh, whatever. Here's the other one. Here's explosive projectile. There's the end of everything. We don't talk about the end of everything. We don't talk about that one. Maybe someday we'll talk about it. So yes, we could do. No, we don't actually. I only have double trigger. I don't have a single trigger anywhere. But this is interesting. Explosion on drunk enemies with Mist of Spirits. I don't know how good the explosion is. But like if we did... I have a triple in here somewhere. I know I'm using a triple on this wand. It might have been a triple on the mountain we just came from. We have a quad, if nothing else. Let's do a double. An explosive curse. This is weird. And then explosive projectile. Ooh, well, that's the problem there is that it might pop spirits instantly. Let's find out, though. I don't want them to, like, just fucking go away, you know? Takes a lot of mana, so we would have to... some mana times in here. Not that I'm afraid of that. Or destruct its environment, yeah, that's good. It's really fast. More mana. Why the hell not? Okay, the strat then. We could just do one. We don't need a bunch of spirits. Ah, shit. Okay. Chainsaw. Chainsaws are always the answer. that we were wrapping the mana. Yeah, so what's happening here? Well, hold on. Let's not speak too confidently. Let's see if this is any good. Still not quite enough mana. So I think I'm getting too ambitious here. Do just the one. And a third and mana. So what's happening here is we're doing another classic spell wrapping here, and chainsaw is really good for spell wrapping. So these 3 add mana are applied to this one chainsaw. Chainsaw is a very fast projectile, very fast wand, a spell. It's kind of silly because it is a projectile. You wouldn't think it would be, but it is a projectile. Oh shit, this is a double trigger. I don't even need this. What am I doing? If we can put that back. Oh, I kind of fucked up this one a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, I don't even need the double trigger. Or the double spell, because this is already a double trigger. Maybe that's why I was getting weird. Yeah, so this does what we want to do anyway. Oh, I have a second one of these. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This could get very dumb. This could get very dumb. I mean, it already is kind of very dumb. So what's happening here is that chainsaw is a really fast spell. Like you put chainsaw just by itself on something, and it's like it's over in an instant. I can't snap with my left hand, but in an instant, it's very quick. So you put chainsaw on an already fast wand, and it's like it's clicking along at a very good pace. So you have 3 add mana applied to a single chainsaw, and then on the next cast, you have a sparkle with double trigger. Fires a little blue buddy that causes 2 spells to fire. The next 2 spells to fire. So when this projectile double trigger expires, when it hits a wall, I'm actually gonna go over here. When it expires, it's like popping some things. So what it's popping is 2 spells. It first does all these modifiers and applies it to this guy. But then the second thing it does is that it's looking for it, because this is the only projectile spell remaining. There's nothing else here. So it wraps around and looks for the next projectile spell. The next projectile spell is this chainsaw with a fuck ton of add mana. So we're getting one triple dose of add mana with the chainsaw. It's kind of hard to see, but if you're looking on the background here, there's like a very brief moment where it kind of blips. It's like, like we see this big line here. There's a very brief millisecond where the chainsaw is firing, and the chainsaw is so fast it's over in an instant. But the chainsaw is showing up at the end there. The chainsaw isn't on my wand at the end. The wand it's actually at the start, but it's showing up at the end here to indicate that the spell wrapping was successful. So spell wrapping is one of those things that allows you to kind of elevate the game to the next level. It allows you to get really fast wands that are dumb and silly and are expensive. You know, expensive to cast mana-wise. But if you have the resource, if you have the right add mana, if you have chainsaws or luminous drills, if you have fast spells with the right resources, you can make some pretty cool shit. This is pretty cool. I wish I could test this out on some bad guys, but we've killed a lot of bad guys. There's no statues. Whoops, wrong one. There's no statues over here. We'd like to see what kind of damage we're working with here. Put that back. We have this guy, but we don't have any electricity. I'm gonna drop these. I guess I'll hang on to him for now. We could still do something with them. We could still improvise something with those. Part of me almost wants to transpose this up. We could do more with it. Could add damage. Increased lifetime. I don't think that would really help. Critical plus. But we're already struggling with the mana. And I really can't simplify this anymore. I guess I could take off some of the weakening curses, because I don't know if we really need 2 of them. Hey, what's up, Ricky? Oh, it's not wrapping? Oh shit, what am I doing wrong then? I thought if chainsaw was showing up at the end that it was okay, but maybe it's not. There we go, there's the one by itself. What am I doing wrong then? Because it's a double cast. Double trigger, brother. The one downside is that all these are only being applied to this one guy. But that's okay. The thing I'm more interested in is the second trigger wrapping around to get the chainsaw. You know the ad manas? So chainsaw, double spell, then the trigger, then 2 mists. So what is it doing right now then? If chainsaw is showing up at the end, does that mean it's like an incomplete wrapping or something? Or maybe or do you mean that like there's just a more efficient way I could do it? Because yeah, if we did chainsaw, the one downside is I don't have any single triggers. I have 2 double trigger spark bolts, but the seed has been frustrating. I've yet to find a single trigger. There's like the egg, obviously, but I'm not a huge egg fan. So maybe, again, I could transpose this up to this one, but I kind of want to keep this more or less intact so I can go back to it easily. Especially because that's our digging wand. So yeah, so if we did chainsaw, we have double spell. Trigger, do you mean the double trigger or do you mean a single trigger? Because yeah, sadly I don't have a single trigger. But yeah, 2 mists. So if we got rid of some things, get rid of that guy. I'm guessing the manas can stay. We do have more chainsaws, by the way. Let's go grab the mist. Let's try what Ricky's saying. Has 2 spells on its own. Maybe that's my misunderstanding here, because I was assuming that double trigger would be like the equivalent of like a double spell. Well, it's like got the double spell built in. That was why I thought I didn't need a double spell. You think the double spell should be before the trigger. Interesting. So this guy, it can't wrap to itself. Oh, maybe that's the difference then. Okay. Does the small explode? It does, which is nice. I mean, I would really prefer single trigger if I could find it. The explosion is nice. A little bit more damage is nice. It's more expensive to use. Okay, that's good to know that this can't wrap to itself. I think that's where I was getting mixed up then. Thank you for pointing that out, Ricky. That's really helpful. So anyway, so yeah, so chainsaw, double spell, then the trigger, then 2 mists to make sure that it's firing. It cannot wrap to itself. So if I had to get rid of one thing, let's actually get to see if we can get away with these guys. Because I like the idea of all 3 of these things doing their deal here. Because yeah, that forces this to do its... Oh wait, hold on. Let me think about this. I would need these. It's only being applied to one thing. I guess I would put this... Yeah, really, this could go here, I think. If I'm thinking about this correctly. Explosion on drunk enemies. We can increase. Yeah, I think that can all go on here. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, because I was thinking the spark bolt was handling all that for me. Yeah, a single spark bolt would be so much easier. A single trigger, that is. See what's happening here then. Yeah, we get the chainsaw first. Then the double spell kicks off this one projectile, and this fires the next 2. But then the second double spell goes, oh no, I don't have anything, and then it wraps around. Yeah, just like Ricky was saying. Let's see how we did. Ooh, now it's real fast, but it's too fast. I'm on fire. So we don't have the mana for this one, sadly. So actually, what I might do is take off the spell wrapping now. Now that I see we don't have the juice for it. Also, I'm colliding with myself sometimes. Yeah, I'm setting myself on fire sometimes, and I'm getting it's because I'm getting myself drunk. Ooh, that's... Maybe I don't like that. Okay, so if I take that off... It's a lot slower now, obviously. I definitely don't want to explode on myself. We do have reduced recharge time if we need it. Let me think about this. What I might even do is put it back the way I had. Not the it would still be not correct wrapping, but it's fast enough where it might still get the job done. Maybe just a modified version of it, because we had this guy on it. Oh, and the other ad man, that's what it was. Maybe what I'll still do is still only have one of these. So without the spell wrapping. Oh, it's gonna be even slower though, yeah. Explosive projectiles causing the fire, yeah, which is fine. It's the fact that it was popping on my own face was unpleasant. See, that's slow again. What was I doing differently? Is that chainsaw's not getting... Hold on, here, let's go back over this way. Whoops, wrong one. Yeah, it's slow now. What was I doing differently here? I might have... Here, let's grab another chainsaw, actually. More chainsaws does sometimes have a tendency to solve these things. Get it pretty fast earlier. Oh, maybe it was this. It was that I had these on the mist. That's what it was. Okay. I think I'm okay with that, them being on the mist as opposed to the spark bolt. Yeah, that's... The recoil makes me a little sad, but... I like the idea of 2 curses. I don't know if you can stack the curses on their own, though. For one boss. Yes, although I'm curious, like, what this is like on regular bad guys. We don't have any statues here, apparently, so I can't test this out. I'd just be curious to see, like, what this looks like damage-wise. It's probably not that good. I mean, this wand has very much been, you know, the fucking workhorse of the run. So it'd be hard to outdamage that one. As a small explosion, I think it adds damage, though, doesn't it? Because you're right, Cold Duck Soup. We don't need this, but I like it. We don't need it, but I'm selfishly using it because numbers go burr. Explosion radius, explosion damage, so it's fun, but yeah, not necessary at all. I'm gonna test this on myself for a second. Okay, so I am drunk while I'm on fire. So an on-fire bad guy can still be drunk. So I think that should still allow these, you know, allow this to fire. I think that should be good. I'd like to find some bad guys so I can test this thing out. Thank you again, guys, for the advice. Ricky and Cold Duck Soup and Irasi for the advice, because sometimes I need it, man. Sometimes I need the assistance when it comes to wand crafting and building. I like to think I'm getting there, but still got a long ways to go. I'm gonna drop this guy. Yeah, I'll keep an extra chainsaw on me. I think I will drop this extra luminous drill. Well, actually, no, I was making something earlier. Might keep that on us. So this is still a digging wand. Okay, never mind, not without... I'd have to remove the add mana. In fact, what I might go ahead and do is put these back temporarily. So for anybody curious, this has been my... Whoa, what I do here? I did something different. Hold on. What did I do? Oh, it's because I was drunk. Yeah, this has been my main wand for a while, although I think what I had also done was this, maybe? So it's more sustainable. There we go. I think that's what we were doing. So this is our main wand for a while. I've recently kind of upped the ante. We even had a 4th one for a while there, but yeah, it was hard to sustain it. In fact, for like big memes, what I was doing was this here, I think, for like scary damage. Oh, except it's too slow there, yeah. So we were doing this, but I'm scared of Bloodlust, man. If I find a bad guy with a shield, I worry that could go not so well for Alex. Where that could kill my ass, because for those that don't know, my previous run ended in disaster because I did this. I put explosive projectile on luminous drill and it killed my ass. So I'm already gun shy about putting too many things on luminous drill. This one straight up tells you, hey man, this will hurt you. Explosive projectile is mostly harmless to the player, except for a small list of exceptions, luminous drill being on that list. So that damage is sick, but it scares me. Mana wrapping luminous wand. Am I not wrapping it correctly? Because I know with this one, it's getting these two. I think when I was putting the third one on here, I think it was here, let's take this off first. Yeah, it makes it too slow. That's why I put that outside of that loop. So I can have that nice fastness. If I could get another reduced recharge, I think that'd probably help quite a bit. Yeah, that's why we don't have that inside the loop. Because yeah, I like the idea of simplifying this if need be. If there was a nice way of doing so. Of course, we have some divide bys and a few other Greek letters. But yeah, for the time being, this was our... is that where that goes? I guess that's okay. So applying that... No, yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, this was our kind of our main damage deal for a while. I don't know if the Forgotten ever gets a shield, so I'm going to keep that off. And then we'll switch to this guy, because yeah, as this is right now, the mana is pretty sad. So we'll switch to that when it comes time for boss times. All mana is Lumion double spell, and then anything else. Okay, so let's reorder this then. I wasn't sure if the order mattered. That's a really good point to point out, Ricky. That like the order might be important here. So mana. Oh, so you're saying not just this here. Mana, Lumi double spell. Then other things. Wand charge, speed, and delay. Well, let's try this then. Maybe I've been doing this all wrong. So you're thinking it would be something like Luminous Drill, then double spell. So it'd be something like... Would these not be inside the loop? Because I like the idea of these being looped in. Recharge wouldn't be needed? I thought it was at one point. Maybe it isn't anymore. Yeah, it seems like it right now it is. Because if anybody's curious, you can see the actual stats for the wands with this command here. The stats for this wand are pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. But right now it is necessary. So let's do, whoops, not that. So if I wanted to, so I'm guessing I should keep increased lifetime, like let's just set these aside. So if it was something like this, Luminous Drill, double spell, then anything else. So the anything else, oh, let's see, we get the third add mana. So the anything else would, I guess, is where I think my details are losing a little bit, because I would do another Luminous Drill, right? So the question then is, where would these go? So I guess we could put them, well, hold on, before I do anything, let's just try this as it is. Check our math. So it's fast and reliable. Anything on a second Lumi after the double spell. So we would put these things, like these guys here. Let's start with just these two. That tracks. These guys. And sure enough, we're not needing this thing. Go back. We can kind of look at how this looks. So, yeah, the first cast does this guy. And then the second cast, it's the double spell with the other things, and then also the add mana. But I guess this is where I get selfish. I start to think, well, what if I'm wrapping? I guess maybe the answer is it doesn't make a difference. Because I think this is where I was getting tripped up last time. I was thinking, well, I have these guys on like the second bundle. Do I get any benefit by putting, like, for instance, like increased lifetime on the first segment or so? Because the answer is that, well, you can, but I think that's where I was needing the reduced recharge. It's like I was getting greedy. Or like damage plus in that first dealio. Because the idea that I had was that I get it on the second loop, as well as the first. Hold on, I want to see the first. It's going too fast. It's like I was getting greedy and I wanted it, and you know, I wanted it both ways. So if I were then to put on reduced recharge either here or here for that matter. Yeah, so now we're back to something more akin to what I had previously. So it's like I was, in my mind, I was thinking, if I put things on the first loop, I'm wrapping into all these other fun things. So I'm like double dipping. So I'm getting like the benefit in multiple ways. That's why I ended up, oh, okay, maybe not so much with that. Yeah, this was, oh, let's see, what did I do here? I did something wrong here. Oh, I've double dipped too many times, obviously. But it's some kind of configuration that allowed me to get greedy. It's closer, yeah. I already forgot what it was. So I guess that's what I want to know. Is I want to know, like, if there's a like with this right here, it makes perfect sense. And yeah, putting things on the second group exclusively makes sense because it is sustainable. But I'm wondering, like, if I have the, oops, not that. If I have the means to pull it off, is it worth or like viable to put it on the second, on the first bundle? If we changed that, it wouldn't change it. Okay, because I was thinking, since Luminous Drill is the main damage dealer, that I wanted multiple Luminous Drills. In fact, at one point I had a triple here, and I had 2 Lumis. Because I was like, well, more Luminous Drills means more damage. So it would make sense that with a chainsaw it would functionally be the same. I already have a chainsaw. But then I have 1 less Luminous Drill. Yeah, so it's like, since this is it'd be one thing if the Luminous Drill was just for wrapping. And of course it adds a little bit of spread too, which is, you know, a factor to consider. Not too much. Chainsaw is very good. Yes, yeah, this was what I was like going for ultimately. Yeah, this was the Cadillac that I was striving for, but with all these things in the first loop. Don't need any modifiers in the first one, other than the add manas. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, ultimately my question is, if I, is it that putting modifiers on the spell wrapped add mana loop, is there just no benefit to that, or is it that there is benefit but it's expensive? Because if the answer is that it's expensive, then I'm still tempted to, like, you know, try to find a way to make this work. Yeah, with like, yeah, add the recharge, that kind of deal. Because that's, you know, still sustainable. But if the answer is, because in my mind I was like, oh, if I'm wrapping the damage, I'm getting it both ways. The double spell just needs to, or in this case, yeah, quad spell needs to wrap to that first one somehow, yeah. Because my thinking was that if we're getting like a bonus, like the damage plus to roll or to wrap with the add mana, then we're seeing a benefit. But it just gets more expensive. So there's no benefit to this. Really, that's shocking to me. I guess the downside with all of this is that there's no way. I can't check the numbers is the problem here. Because normally, for a wand like this, I would just fire at a statue and just see what the DPS looks like. But we can't fire this at a statue because it melts it. I guess we could change it out for some other projectile, but the luminous drill part is kind of specific. So that's part of why I've just been slapping things together and seeing how it works in the field, because I have no way of like empirically testing it. So yeah, I guess I'm surprised that wrapping add mana gives us a benefit, because we're kind of double dipping the add mana, but wrapping damage plus and reduce recharge gives no benefit. That surprises me, because I thought it would all work the same. It's outside the damage plus spell loop. Outside the damage plus spell loop. You mean like this loop here? Yeah. That's so interesting. So really, what I should do is I should keep it here. Stick Lumiere Chainsaw on any wand. Yeah. What's up, JD? Good to see you, bud. It's just a spell, yeah. Yeah, I guess in my mind, I thought the add mana wrapping meant you would see benefits otherwise, but yeah, it sounds like I am incorrect. But to your point though, Ricky, now that we're like freeing up more things, I'm not gonna have Bloodlust on for the fight, obviously, but you know, having this as being more sustainable with a lot of luminous drills and a lot of damage. Now that you've pointed this out, Ricky, this does mean, well, maybe short range homing. It's expensive, but maybe we could do a short range homing. Like, this could, sure enough, open up even more possibilities. Also, I am stuck. Of course, this is quite a lot of recoil. I would love recoil dampener. We could put, you know, this on to make it look pretty, and or lag the fuck out of the game. Taste the rainbow, bitches. This is all very good info. I appreciate Ricky and Rossi and Cold Duck Super. They're giving some very helpful advice, because yeah, this is one of those things where it's like I definitely have much to learn. I'm definitely trying to get good. I almost question if we need this many add mana, but we do. We absolutely do. We've crammed a lot of crap on here, man. Oh right, we had Orbit LARP on here at one point as a meme. As a searing hot meme. Oh my god, it's almost sustainable. We could have that with like, you know, instead of short range homing. Jesus. Okay, that's a lag fest. That is a messy lag fest. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, really? That's a shame. We could try it out, but yeah, with the expectation that it might not work. So yeah, we could do that. We could do chain spell. I don't think chain spell would work. Because it's over. Yeah, you can see like it kind of like pops. It's like a little popcorn, but yeah, Luminous Drill is such a fast spell. We would see no benefit. Be curious if there's no homing at all. I remember we were experimenting with accelerative and auto aim. I think auto aim was doing some things. We also have this. We also have spells to power, by the way, which I've actually never been able to use. Maybe that's like the better choice here. It's expensive though. We even might have to take something off. That knockback is sick. Spells to power might be the answer. What are the other green spells? What are these guys? Green spells. So let me go double check. Green spells. I'm wondering if there's like a way to make spells to power. I think part of it might just be taking it down to 2 instead. Oh, it's way slower now. What did I do? Spells to power add cast delay, yeah. Whew, that mana cost is rough. Let's try anything. That's pretty much what we're doing. Yeah, I would love to be able to see what kind of numbers this does. It looks beautiful. Like, it looks scary. Ooh, speaking of other things we could fuck with, by the way. I'm not gonna put this on this one, obviously, but just make it fast. I don't think this would actually work this way. But to go back to this one for a second. You can't really make it fast since it's popping instantly. But at this point, it's just like, speaking of, pursuant to the conversation of cramming as much as we can onto something. Yeah, I would love to get Ping Pong Path, because that's what we had last time, and that's what ended up, that was part of what led to our untimely death last time. We had Ping Pong Path, and Explosive Projectile, and Luminous Drill. And Explosive Projectile, Luminous Drill makes it dangerous, and Ping Pong Path makes it loop back towards you, so that was an unfortunate lesson learned in that particular instance. This is only a mana drain of 2x this. That's not too bad, yeah. Yeah, it's increased lifetime and spells to power that are in the big suck here. What it probably would come down to is I would only cast this, you know, for a little bit at a time. I mean, it's still able to get quite a bit before it pops, you know, so I just wouldn't be able to just, you know, keep the mouse clicked down the whole time. If we went up to the quad spell, then we'd start hitting it real fast. It's such beautiful damage. I've never actually used spells to power properly, like truly used it. Because, like, I think the idea here is that, yeah, more projectiles means more damage, and there's a lot of luminous drills we're casting. I mean, that mana recharge is kind of rough, though. The idea of each of those... I'm gonna take the Rainbow Glimmer because I feel like it's lagging the game more than I wanted to. Nope. We'll try it, though. It's dangerous in any kind of material. Really? Wait. Spells to power or... like Ping Pong Path? Yeah, thankfully it's not dangerous to me, at least the player. Oh, you mean the, explosive projectile on the, like, material spells. I think, okay, that makes more sense. Because, yeah, I did see that explosive projectile is dangerous for Luminous Drill, the egg spells, Summon Egg, Hollow Egg, and, yeah, some of the other ones, yeah. But, yeah, I didn't know that. I learned that last time. There's some pretty rough exceptions to the explosive projectile is safe indicated. There's some nuances that I was not aware of, and it killed me last time, and it was such a bummer. We had a good run going last time. But this run's going well, too. This one's going well, too, and thank you again to Ricky and to Irasi with the very, very helpful intel. Off drop in. So... yeah, we'll play around with this. Of course, have the original kind of shotgun exploding one that we had last time, but I'm hoping that this one will be more boss appropriate. Well, I'm looking for like anything else I can put on here as like just as a meme. Drilling shot would be silly. We could put homing on here, but that would take the mana, you know, quite a bit. I guess it'd be something like this. Oh god, that mana is just too much, man. Oh, it's because I don't have this on here. Yeah, at that point, I'm gonna take this off. Ooh, even then, we would need all 3 mana. Maybe that's worth it. I like the idea of that being like a guaranteed, well, maybe not guaranteed, but more guaranteed thing. Yeah, maybe that's the way to do it. I like the idea of stacking Explosive Curse. But, well, when I say stacking, I mean like 2 immediate pops of Explosive Curse. But maybe you can stack it per like, hit. Guess that's what I'm hoping for. I was hoping for, like, some way to do more than just 25. Raise it up to 50 or 75 or 100 even. We'll keep this. We'll drop this one. So we'll dig with this one for the time being. And again, I'm going to take Bloodlust off. I'm still gun shy from last time. Keep the light on because we need that to be able to see. Let's see how it goes, friends. Let's see how it goes. I think I've... And of course, we have Tinker everywhere, so we can mess with things anytime we want to, but just making note of things I want to keep with me. I want to take with me. I think we did last time is we went through the Lucky Cave. Use that as a kind of a little shortcut of sorts to get to that ice cavern, because this is all still to fight the Forgotten. Whom we were unable to damage earlier. One thing too is we could... Oh, except it's a double spell. Double cast. Yeah, we don't have amazing casting. Amazing fastness. Oh, I have the quad. Should I do the triple instead? It's a little bit more sustainable. It's a little bit less silly. The quad is more fun, but this is probably safer. So I think we took this little path. We dug this out. We went north. Yeah, I'm remembering this now. We went north. Went through this little area. This happy little place. It's very dark. We killed a lot of things, though. We carved this place up pretty well. That brought us here. So yeah, thankfully we've already been through here pretty well. Killed a lot of shit and dug up a lot of shit. So hopefully getting back will be pretty safe. And there's one of my wispies. Little healing wispies. We got our first ever sustainable wisp projectile cast thing ever last time, yesterday. Because it was when I put chain spell on this along with I think chain spell. I actually wasn't sure what was doing it, but I think it was chain spell. Hold up. Oh, this fucking one of these dudes. God damn it, these guys are awful. Can't remember what it was, but I think it was chain spell and wand refresh and Omega. I think those things together are allowing it to just kind of do its own thing. An infinitely sustaining projectile. Now, that was pretty impressive damage, what we just saw. There was only one frame of it, but that is encouraging to me. Yeah, pretty good numbers, pretty good numbers. Just heard something pop down there. Dig through. Yeah, whenever I see one of these eye things, it's like, yeah, might as well pop them if you can find them, just because it's so annoying to navigate this area with them doing their own thing. Still just summoning lads in like they're just no one's business. I have 61,000 gold. I don't need to be collecting gold. Why do I do this? It's a force of habit, man. I can't help it. And you play hundreds of hours of this game, and you're so used to scrounging. Then you get a good run, and suddenly you're the 1% in this game. But those old habits, man, they die hard. Let's do a quick heal. And sometime one of them might last forever. It's not always guaranteed. Like one of them will definitely last forever, but usually one will persist. So we're going down more and more and more. And then eventually there'll be like a little break in this wall and we'll be able to go more to the left. To the left, to the left. This is not it. This ain't it, Chief. Oh, I'm stuck. Ask me anything. Let's keep going down, down and down and down. Just those little slivers, man. Getting stuck in little slivers, little slivies. Woo. And we just killed something. Very good. That was definitely intentional. This poor guy was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. There we go. This looks encouraging. We've definitely been here before. Like that, narrows it down. Oh, here he is. He's still here. He waited for me. What a nice dude. I like the boss music. Hello? I wish to fight. I wish to partake in combat, please. Come down here. So we may have a gentleman's brawl. I came prepared this time, motherfucker. Okay, no, I didn't. I have to put this back on. Wrong wand. Damn it. Hold on. It's number 3. Okay, I gotta remember that. Yeah, 3 is my teleport. It's fucking him up. It's not like murdering him, but it's damaging him, I think. Am I damaging you? I don't see numbers popping up. I'm damaging you. Yeah, I'm damaging. Okay, it's not showing numbers. Oh god, what are you doing? You have like lasers on your face? Dude, you might want to get that looked at, dude. Get your little eyeballs out of here. Oh, he left the range. Oh no, I killed the eye. Oh no, I killed the eye. Fuck. I can't kill him now. So I can't damage him when he's in this state. Yeah, it goes right through him. That's a shame. Oof. I gotta go to a parallel world then. Wow, that's really a bummer. I didn't realize this could eat. Oh, it probably can't, but I bet the eye is just like destructible. Like explosives and whatnot. I bet that's it. As I was like thinking I can't use the get out of here. I can't use the lasers, luminous drill, because that can, you know, that eats everything. We don't want that. So I either have to go to a parallel world, which we've been to one already. That is assuming the eye exists in the parallel world. Or we just gotta get lucky and find another one of these in a chest. As there are a not terribly uncommon find in the chests, but still, good luck, you know, intentionally doing that. I'm gonna assume that we can, well, I'll ask this. If anybody in the chat knows, I'm definitely down. If I'm about to waste a bunch of time looking at a parallel world, for another eyeball spawn, feel free to tell me, like, Alex, you're barking up the wrong tree. It's not worth it, homie. Good to know. Good to know that explosions can remove it, because that is, the more I think about it, not surprising. I should have thought more about that. That's like I'm kicking myself. It's like, damn it, I should have thought about that. Even something like a simple ass explosion can remove the eyeball from existence. Probably part of the challenge of this boss. Trying to babysit the eyeball. Oh, did that come back and damage me? Oh my god. This fucking guy, I can't get out of him. Can't get out of here, rather. Yeah, I can't teleport because the spaces are too small. I thought I had a projectile come down and hit me, because they do kind of rain down. I don't have explosive projectile on there, so I don't know what about this could be hurting me. I don't have bloodlust. I don't think I want to intentionally find out, but let's do a quick heal. Come back, Wispy. Come back. I wish to be friends. There we go. This is my projectile repulsion is pushing him away. Maybe we should double check. Yeah, let's look it up right now, actually. I don't know what it's called. The item parallel world. It's the Paha Silma. Alright, so. Broke the first one with a poorly aimed luminous drill. And they don't... Oh, and they don't seem to spawn in parallel worlds. Damn. So we just gotta find one. Just gotta find one and get lucky. Ah, that sucks, man. I have only myself to blame. I should have realized. I guess, like, in my defense, I guess I've never really used the eye before, because there's really no reason to, but I shouldn't be surprised that explosions can just wipe them clean. We were doing so well, too. Damn, that is unfortunate. Well, darn. Not terribly surprising, but darn. We need to find more of the eyeballs. Let me think about this. There's enemy radar, there's a wand radar. Is there a chest radar? I don't think that there is. I'm just thinking, like, if we could have a thing to help us find more chests. I mean, I guess... Let's think about this. Can we check for chests in parallel worlds? I know the guy said that they don't spawn in the parallel worlds. I think he means the pedestals. Yeah, that is a shame. Well... Welly, welly, well. I guess now the question is, what do I do next? We can't kill the Forgotten. We say... Check the map. Now, the idea that I had was we were going to use the thing that the Forgotten drops. Because I think he drops the thing that lets you see in the dark, right? The Sun Seed. I was going to use that to help navigate to reach the Master of Masters, but now I'm like, well, shit, man, we can't, we won't be able to see in the dark because I don't have the All-Seeing Eye perk. And the All-Seeing Eye spell doesn't reveal magic darkness. There's the tower. I've never been to the tower, and that, I know the tower has a lot of wands. I don't know if it has chests in it, but that could have some cool things. Some cool things, for sure. In fact, the entrance to the tower, there's a teleport for it, I think, somewhere. So if we powered through the vaults, went into the Temple of the Art, and kind of worked our way up that way, that's one option. We could fight the Gate Guardian, and that would lead us into there. They would eventually take us to the Master of Masters. But again, I know this. I'm pretty sure this area, it's the Wizard's Den, right? It's like super dark. And we were able to do that okay over here because it was super short. I don't know if I would be very comfortable doing like a significant biome this large. It's all super dark. So I'd really like to kill the Forgotten first before I take that on, especially because I am very scared of this boss. As he shoots polymorph, and that makes me very deeply afraid. There's also Tiny, which we would probably fight afterwards. Mecha Call Me, I've never fought. Yeah, the gate boss would really, we could always dig around them, but the gate boss is really the gateway to a lot of cool shit. Because I've never been in here. We could dig down to it if we wanted to, but would kind of like to do it legit. So my gut tells me, yeah, the vault followed by the art, followed by the tower, and see where that gets us. And just keep an eye out for another one of those eyeball laser friends. And don't blow it up this time, Alex, you dingus. I'll say it for you, Alex, you dingus. Don't blow it up next time. Let's close this. Close this. What's up, Wired Wolf? Good to see you, bud. We're playing some Noita. I'm a little embarrassed. I just had a goof. There was a boss I was trying to fight. We were doing well. We were winning the fight, and then I accidentally broke the item that you need to be able to damage the boss. So now we can't kill him. I have only myself to blame. Also, I'm stuck. I'm immune to melee, so I don't care about this guy. I have only myself to blame. God damn it! And like, in my defense, like I'd never fought this guy before, and I never had to deal with this particular item. I didn't know it was destructible in that way. But in hindsight, I'm like, you know, I should have considered that sooner. So it's like, lessons learned, right? This is how we learn. You know what? That's okay, because you know what they say, what is it? The comeback is more exciting than the setback. So our return shall be glorious. And the Forgotten won't know what hit him. Except he will know what hit him. He'll be like, oh, it's you, for like the 3rd time today. The first time, we had everything we needed item-wise, but we had the wrong spells. We couldn't damage him. And the second time, I fucked up the eyeball like an idiot. Ah! So, lessons. They are being learned. They're being learnt. So that's just how it goes. That's part of the Noita experience. Is going, oh shit. I didn't know that, but now I do know that. And my brain has become more powerful this day as a result of this knowledge. So we keep that up there. The good news is we're fighting things that mostly don't have shields. So I can put Bloodlust back on my wand for a good time. For a good time, call this number, and it's just the spell Bloodlust written on someone's hand. Metal AF, and very good damage. Very good damage. We like that a lot. And the knockback is obnoxious as all get up. As it should be. As it very well should be. One thing I could have done is I probably could have just put explosive projectile on this wand and just done it that way. You know, I'm a little bit gun shy because last time it ended in disaster, but I probably don't have to be nervous. Like, we probably would have killed him, probably not instantly, but we probably would have killed him real fast with this and explosive projectile, because the payload delivery is so fast. So it probably would have been pretty sick. But again, I didn't see him throw any shields at us, so like we were probably in the safe. In the clear rather, but now we know. And man, there's a lot of bad guys that I can't kill. What the hell? Thankfully I have a lot of health and I have healing. Goddamn, these eyeball lads are out of goddamn control. Get your eyeball friends out of here. God damn. God damn. Guys are very obnoxious. And also, I'm not a fan. And also, they make me sad. In conclusion, those guys are annoying. Thank you for attending my TED Talk. It's gonna go around. And fight more friends along the way. Fight more exploding buddies. I need to heal. It took more damage than I thought I did. In some ways, it makes it hard to heal. Sometimes. especially in an area like this where there's not a lot of hard rock. So it like successfully digs through most things, which normally is not a bad thing, but in this particular, for this particular wand, it's like I wanted to get stuck on things, that way I can flap into it for a full heal like that. Oh, if you run out of mana, it kills it. Interesting. Kills the little wisps. Kind of makes sense. I'm amazed with these guys' abilities to keep up with me so effortlessly. These little blue ghosty boys. Oh, that's a corner. Okay, so we gotta go this way. I made this last time a couple times as I was making my daring escape. And blowing things up for no reason. Yep, here's indication we've definitely been here. No doubt about it. Yeah, we finally lost those ghosts. For now. I shouldn't say that out loud. They'll hear me. Sure, it's all dark and scary. Although we've killed, I think, everything in here, so we really don't have to worry, I don't think. So we can do... Let's take this all the way back to the Holy Mountain, hit up the vault. Although I'm trying to think if I've ever even been to this Holy Mountain. Because last time, yeah, we powered through the jungle. But I don't know if we ever actually entered inside. I've almost assuredly looked at this wand. I have, and it's all rockets. Rockets all the way down. So I've not been in here before. Here's a full heal and a health increase. Bloop. So what was I missing? There was a, what's this one? Heavy shot. Heavy shot's good. Heavy shot's really good, actually. Gods are big mad. Close call, if there's enemies near you. Close call is good. We have the money. I'm gonna reroll. Repelling cape. That would make parallel worlds a lot harder. I'm gonna not take that one. Faster levitation wouldn't be the worst thing ever. I think people sleep on faster levitation. That would... Well, we have teleport though. Woo! Explosion immunity. I'm so glad I rerolled. Holy moly, that's huge. Explosion immunity makes me less fearful of a lot of things. Another piercing shot. I could continue the meme of my piercing shot collection. Like, I think somebody told me that stacking piercing shot does not make the healing more healable, but I do like adding this collection. Heavy shot's real good. Projectile energy shield is fun, but unwieldy. So let's see how, like, I mean, we could put this on here. I already know this is going to be a mess. It's not going to work the way I want it to. It's going to be like, it's going to sputter out. Watch this. And the knockback is disgusting. So it's actually not half bad. It makes the range much worse, but it's way slower. There we go. Oof, but the mana struggles, yeah, so we would have to take it down a notch. Oh, but then you lose the speed, yeah. Yeah, there's no way right now, I don't think, to make this work. It's funny. It's entertaining, I'll say. We could do... The thing is, this doesn't do any damage, so heavy shot wouldn't do anything here. We'll keep it, but not gonna get my hopes up. Anything else? Was toying with doing short range homing just to see what it would do, except the mana drain is too much. Oh right, because we have spells to power. Yeah, we'll stick with spells to power instead. I take a light off. Well, light is just literally 1 mana. That's fine. Not gonna break the bank. Yeah, the big find for sure was explosion immunity. That's huge. That is so nice. And yeah, it combos well with electric immunity. So that means that yeah, Ukos are harmless to us now, and lightning bolt specifically. Lightning bolt is harmless. If we can get fire immunity, we could fuck around with nukes. Because fire immunity and explosion immunity is good. Speaking of things that combo well. So now, of course, Big Steve will be... Oh, you know what? I just realized I fought Steve just now with Bloodlust on. Which means well, although I think I went through his shield, so I guess I was subconsciously being smart about it. But yeah, shielded enemies are where Bloodlust gets scary. Gotta keep that in the top of my mind always. Good. Get mad. I just got an achievement called The Gods Are Enraged. I guess... Wait, no, let's think about this. Gods Are Enraged. I've fought Big Steve before. I've killed him 6 times. Maybe that's for, like, making them enraged and then making them more enraged. First you made them mad, now they're big mad. They're as pissed off as they can be, but now they're extra more pissed off. Or something. I don't know. So we're just gonna instantly murder everything. We're just gonna look at them and they're gonna fall over. But yeah, there's the guy with a shield right there. God, this knockback. Oh, it's because I'm covered in oil. Man, this knockback is bad today. So you'll note it's not literally, you know, instant kills all the time, but it's still pretty darn good. A little bit of fire. Wow, that fire damage was, like, big. I'm used to, like, little onesie, twosie fire damage. That was, like, big boy fire damage. I rarely ever, like, fuck around in the vault because... Oh, look at this. Oh. I'm healing him, right, yeah. Because he gets healed by electricity. I was gonna demonstrate that we don't care about their blasts. So we're immune to explosions and electricity, but... Forgot about my repulsion. But yeah, I rarely get to, like, explore around here because this place is still a scary place. Oh, it's the fucking brain. Oh, dude, imagine. If that would have been an eyeball, I would have been so excited. I would have popped off so big. Can I eat the brain? Rotten meat. Okay, I'm not going to eat the rotten meat because I think it makes me take damage from food poisoning. Or from just poisoning. Reminder, I have 61,000 gold. I don't need to pick up this monies. I just want to. Money number go burr. And it's still worth checking out wands. Still trips me out that those guys are robots. It makes sense because yeah, they look like robots. Well, they don't really look like robots, but they bleed oil like robots do. Wow, the stats are pretty good actually. It is slower than this wand. Yeah. In some ways, it's better than our current wand. Although we don't need all these slots anymore. We're not using all these slots, so I don't know if the one slot will really make a difference. I think the recharge time difference of 0.04 might... I think the cast delay is more significant, actually. I think I'll stick with what we got. Probably stick with what we have for the time being. With a shield lad. I'm gonna, like, do this from afar. Okay, so it's not reflecting back at me specifically, but it does like bounce though. Bounce off the shield, so my fears are not unfounded, methinks. Just a little bit of fire. Alex can be a little bit on fire. That's a treat. That's a fun little noise. die? Oh, I think there was acid. Or maybe it was lava. I was like, what caused you to die? Who hurt you? Time for a heal. I'm back! Let me love you! Not you. I'm never not amused by how much that lags the game. Like the game saying, like, Alex, please, why you do this? It exploded. What did that explode? What in the world was that? Something, oh, did it like explode the blood in that little... Oh, that was weird. I don't know what that was. As fun as this healing is, I sometimes feel fear and feel it's more unwieldy than I would like for it to be. I have been going out of my way to make it as weird as possible. There we go. Oh, that's acid. Ouch. We can propel that, even though it wasn't projectiled towards us. It was still a projectile. You've got a wand. I don't want that. A luminous drill with timer. I think I prefer the standard, but luminous drill with timer can do some cool things. There's a chance that could have been an eyeball, and if it would have been an eyeball, there's a chance it would have exploded with the explosions that happened just there. Oh, maybe that's the one that I want. Not personal tentacular, just tentacular. Because, yeah, the projectiles casting tentacles sounds fun. It's a little bit slower. Yeah. I'm gonna keep regular tentacular. In fact, whoop. In fact, it makes me wonder. Oh, so I've never actually cast personal tentacular. I should do that next time I'm at that other holy mount, because I don't have it on me right now. There's the full heal, 860, and there's a bonus fungal fun times, fun gal zone. Okay, that guy just yeeted. He was like, nah, I'm out of here. Just noped the fuck out of there. Can't say I blame him. If I saw a crazy ass wizard murdering all my homies, I would probably not want to stick around, if we're being perfectly honest with ourselves and each other. I can still be frozen by those guys, but I think since I'm melee immune, I would have nothing to fear. I'm blocked. Oh god, that makes me so happy. Explosions are a non-issue. Love to see it. Red Glimmer, Charm on Toxic Sludge. Can make a lot of friends. Charm on Toxic Sludge, except I'm not immune to his Toxic Sludge, so be a little weird. Spark Bolt. Always fun when you see a wand that simple. It's just the Spark Bolt. No triggers, no fanciness, that's just it. The whole deal. Oh, hold on. There we go. I wanted to pop that. It's very important. Right, so here we go. Yeah, cast from afar and just do little spritzes of damage. Why did I do that? That was dumb. Intentionally sludging myself. I like the dudes with like the one giant eyeball. They look very surprised. Always. Like you just told them a very a joke that made them very offended. Like they are very displeased by your conduct. Oh boy, polymorph, everyone's favorite. So the molten steel continues to molt and melt. Go below. Let's acid, not sludge. So to the left will be... I can't remember. I know to the right is the gate. Oh, wait, no, no, never mind. The right is, the gate boss is in the temple. There's something to the left I think I wanted to look for here, but I can't remember. Found some friends. And we've killed literally all of them. Excuse me? Oh, I got, what you call it? I got twitchied. Twitchy woman. See how she plays, Noita. Yeah, I got twitchied earlier. I didn't even see it. Just happened so fast. So I land on this guy. Ah, come back. Let me love you. That's usually the strat. Like, if you cast it from afar, then teleport right to where you're casting it, usually lets you get a bunch of it. Just because the lag takes a second to catch up with you, so you're able to kind of queue up the inputs. Buffer the inputs. Yeah, I'm blanking. What was to the left of the? What was to the left of the vault? I'm already forgetting. I guess I could bring up the map again. I'm not gonna show it on screen. I'm just gonna do a quick perusal. Oh, the tower entrance. That's what it was. The tower entrance. Yeah, I am hoping we'll get something cool in the tower and or find a cool eyeball. That'd be really neat. That'd be real cool. So our little bomber friend is leaning down a little bit. So, prop them up. Okay, good enough. Good enough. Bloop. It's like an industrial. Yeah, it's called the vault. The previous area was called the jungle. And the one prior to that was the base. The base is more like a barracks, whereas yeah, this is more like a facility, manufacturing facility. There's a place later on that we could get to called the power plant, which has, you know, more utility type things on display. This has some of it, obviously, but the power plant is more robots, more fuel sources, more of that kind of stuff. What's that noise mean? That little swooshing noise. Oh, it's part of the soundtrack, I think. This game has taught me to fear noises and visuals that I don't recognize. Fear what you don't recognize and don't understand. Is it fantasy or post-apocalyptic? I don't actually know. I'll confess, I really don't know much about this game's story. This is one of those games where the story and like the overall lore is not told. There's not a lot that's told to us directly. There is a story, and there is like background lore. And people much more dedicated and much smarter than I have like found the items and translated things from Finnish into English and other languages too. And solve the puzzles that help explain, yeah, what things mean and the significance of certain bosses and what certain like little notes on tablets signify. Like this tablet we saw earlier says, whoop, hold on, I'm covered in oil. Nature generates by means of this sulfur the different kinds of metals in the veins of the earth, according to the diversity of degrees and alterations. So something about, yeah, manufacturing metals and crap like that. So people have deciphered and put their heads together to solve some of the mysteries of this game. I think most of the mysteries of this game, its story and the lore. But I'll confess, but I've read none of it. I don't know shit. And I think in a more general sense, it's whimsical. You know, there's magic, but there's obviously there's magic. But there's dragons, and there's orcs. The Hisi, I think, technically are considered orcs. But yeah, then there's manufacturing. I mean, it's a combination of a lot of things that methinks. Many influences and such. It's super deep. Yeah, my understanding is that it's way deeper than anybody expected. It's like, damn, we were not ready. So I shouldn't be going to the right. There's probably nothing to the right, I don't think. The left has has the entrance to the tower that we seek. So I don't really need to go this way. I mean, I'm curious because there could be treasure chests, there could be wands. You know, like all those things that I just said. Especially because we're looking for a very specific item that would help us, allow us to go finish off the Forgotten. Oh, we're drunk, by the way. A little tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. And a money pile for some reason. BRB currently on fire. Whoops. Okay, we're fine. So yeah, let's start digging this way. Start heading towards the entrance to the tower. It is after midnight already, and I haven't killed a single boss tonight. I fought one boss 2 times. But I've killed no bosses. Like, Alex, you gotta get good, man. That's okay. I mean, the expectation, of course, is that we won't be doing everything tonight. Oh, what? How'd that not kill his ass? Whoa! Swapper, no swapping, dude. Party foul. Oh, I know what happened there. I know exactly what happened there. I know exactly. It was bloodlust. It was bloodlust. I think what happened is that... So I had a thing on my wand that says, makes your spells do incredible damage, but your spells can hurt you. And swappers, yeah, it was bloodlust. It absolutely was. Swapper enemies, swapper mages, when they hurt you, or I'm sorry, when they hit you with their projectile, they'll swap your location with their location. So they'll go boop, boop. But if you hurt them, they will also automatically swap you. And what happened is that I shot at him, and then I swapped his location and got hit by my own projectile and auto died. Because my wand is doing stupid damage. Yeah, I just did like 600 plus damage. I probably could have survived if well, maybe. I might have been able to survive if I was at full health. I think I saw multiple 500 ticks. I think I was going to die to him. I would have needed like well over 1,000 health to survive that. Yeah, that was a couple ticks. So that's a shame. I'm not really that bummed. I'm kind of bummed just because we had a really good run going. But yeah, this, like Irasi said, bloodlust strikes again. I think this is a lesson of, even if I have a projectile like Luminous Drill, where it's quick and it's instant and it goes very far away, I think it's still not worth it. I mean, the damage is incredible. Maybe for certain bosses, if like I know there's no swappers and no shields, like I could see it being legit. But yeah. Yeah, I think that's a lesson to be learned. That bloodlust, especially when there's mages around. And the thing is, there's a lot of biomes where I'm not familiar with, like, if they're like what mages there are, or how, or if there are mages at all. Because you start seeing them around the jungle. Well, you really start seeing them in the fungal caverns. But biome-wise, you first see them in the, like, major biome-wise, you first see them in the jungle. So, And then from then on, yeah, you just see them everywhere. In the temple, and the vault, obviously. So yeah, I think, yeah, there are lessons to be learned here. So we learned multiple things today. We learned more about spell wrapping. We learned more about how to fight the Forgotten and what to avoid doing while you're fighting them. And then we learned more of the perils of bloodlust. So the damage is great, but it comes at a cost. Now, the one thing worth noting is that the damage is very good, but it's not as good as Heavy Shot. Heavy Shot is like plus 44, whereas Bloodlust is only plus 33. Still really good, but yeah, not as good. So that sends a very, very good run. But that's okay, because I've been playing a lot of Noita lately, and I love this game. But yeah, I've been streaming this game a lot, and I've mentioned earlier, a couple days ago, that of course, there's always more Binding of Isaac. We'll probably do a little bit of that before heading to bed. Well, there's always Binding of Isaac, and then there's also I've got a bunch of other games I want to stream. So Noita will be a game we'll come back to from time to time for sure. Like when I say from time to time, I probably mean at least once a week. But there's other things I want to play as well. So I'm bummed this run ended because we had a really good run going. But at the same time, I'm also like, okay, well, I've been set free, at least for the time being. I can play other stuff. It's a shame it ended that way, though. If I wanted to die at all, I wanted to die by like a boss just fucking surprised me with some bullshit. But the nice thing is that we got to experience a lot of new things. Try a lot of new spells. Wow. And did some new secrets for the first time. Did the coral chest for the first time. Solved the mystery box puzzle. Fought the Forgotten. Obviously didn't kill him, but progress though, right? Progress. Yeah, we got the deer koi. We already had used it, but we got the unlock for it, so we'll see that organically. Yeah, lots of unlocks. Lots of unlocks, which is nice to see. So yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap up with some more Isaac. We'll do like 1 or 2 runs of Isaac, then we'll wrap up for the night. It is late. Oh, real quick, let's do the Noita bingo real quick. Bingo Noita. Let's do this. Let's see how we did. See if we got any good bings and any good goes. All right, so we didn't see any cart rolls. We have several Greek letter spells. We didn't get any healing huts. I didn't get frozen today. Got chainsaw. No fungal shifts. We did see enemies pick up wands, but we never saw them explode themselves with it. No bathroom breaks. Triplicate bolt. I'll go and click it. I never used it, but we had it. No glue projectiles. I started a little bit late. Successful heals. 5,000 gold. Oh, I didn't pick up any of the stones, though, man. Survived past base. Got the orb. Actually, no, I didn't have teleportation today. We did last time. No polymorphs. No pukage. Immunity perk. No statue kills. I did buy it. No. Oh, they bought one. Never mind. I'll go ahead and click this one. We'll be going late for sure. I'm going to click this one. I think I got hit by a couple explosion thingamajigs. So, man. A lot of clicks, a lot of checks in the box, so to speak, but no bingos, man. So close. Yeah, if I would have started a new run, we could have maybe seen that one, or if I would have picked up one of the stones. Yeah, these kinds of things, cart rolling downhill, picking up a stone, that's more likely in the beginning, not so much in the late game, because those become. I mean, there are this you don't see at the beginning anyway, and then this you. Don't really get, I mean, you see them, but you rarely have need for them in the late game.